I have
We're
Horace, who's
live.
level 3. And then if we want Garrett, he's level 2.
I only have one character,
Under
so
his belt.
whatever you guys want to do.
Well, I definitely want you to bring him.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, he's what, level 3?
Yeah.
6,
It
9.
sounds like we might be. Did Hammy level as well?
Yes, he
He
did.
did.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, because we took a number of games in there with him joining in. He hit his level 3. Yeah,
His threshold. Mm-hmm.
It was exciting.
So Hammy, Garrett, Gibb. That sounds like 9. Horace would be 12, and then Garrett would be 14. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, that sounds reasonably well balanced.
Got ourselves quite a few healers. That's always good.
So when we last left the party, you had just escaped the Kingspire and found yourselves back in the swamps around Bow Tower. And in that area around Kingspire, you had encountered a witch whom you spent another evening with in comfortable respite. You discovered that she was an aged kith herself, exiled, or not really exiled is probably the wrong word. Could be exiled is the right word. You know, not of her choosing, of course. Whereas I don't think exhalation is ever at one's choosing. But her and her family were traveling away from the Kingspire when it was thrust into the Fey realm, and she and her family stayed behind in the region, and they eventually passed, and she was an orphan in that area, living as a hermit, kind of as a fortune teller, witch doctor, to the village that grew up around that area. You did go and investigate the village, which is now largely abandoned. You did find some food stores left in a root cellar beneath the burned out mill. And those food stores are just basically kind of like a potatoes, almost like a swamp potato, like a long kind of cross between a squash and a potato. And that's your only foodstuffs that you have to carry you over, because you remember when you were in the Kingspire, you gave all your food away to the Rat King when you treated and negotiated with him to find passage through those dungeons and into the catacombs. There were 2 villains from the village that you caught sight of as you made your way out of the village and into the eastern marches. A black-clad figure wearing robes, hurrying some distance away from you, accompanied by an armored archer, who you think is probably the militia captain, though you haven't been able to catch up to either of these 2 characters. They seem to be staying just far enough away that you catch fleeting glimpses of them as you cross hill and dale, though you're resolute in your pursuit. That's kind of where we finished last week's session. Does anybody have any questions about what happened, or any requests about what they want to do now?
As we've been following them, have we come across any villages?
You haven't yet, but you've just started out on your travels.
Okay.
So if you want to try to seek out some more civilization or a village or something like that, you can certainly do so.
I'm just thinking food-wise.
Sure.
Also watch for game, obviously.
Right.
Okay. Right. And are the only real outdoorsy individuals that you have are Gerda, right, as a priestess of Ildabar?
Right. Hammy as an explorer is kind of a tough little guy, but he's not really.
Yeah, I mean,
enough.
Porus used to be a farmer a long time ago. He just knows what crops are.
Right. Okay. Let me get my calendar so I can keep track of the days, because you can't have a meaningful campaign without keeping meaningful time records. And I'm going to grab a drink, and I'll be right back with you guys.
I say we whack the mayor and the militia leader.
Oh, we
Well,
go
if we
look
catch
for
up to
him.
them.
I'm just angry.
Oh,
They threw magic at us. We almost got stuck in time.
you guys were present at the game when the mirror was explained, right?
Yep.
What, that we were looking for this mirror that allows her to find objects?
Right.
Clearly it was Kith magic, and we think that maybe the mayor might have it.
Right. But I just learned, or Gib just learned, find object, remember?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So
It'd be very helpful.
it depends on how well it was described.
Rolled. Oh, yeah.
So that would be the wizard would. So in other words, how well was it described?
I don't know. I think Nils is the only one who really knows what the thing is.
Yeah. Does he know what it looks like? Was he shown a picture of it? That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm
I don't think he was showing pictures of it, no. We know it's a magic mirror, but I don't think we've determined if it's like traditional Snow White type mirror
Right.
or something like that.
Okay, well, if he shows up, that's something to bring up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I could cast if there was something that I saw, like the person's cloak, I could cast find that cloak and see if I can get a good enough score that allows to track them better.
Mm.
So it doesn't allow tracking a person or a living thing. But if I've seen what it looks like, then that's the best lead that I can go by.
Like if the captain of the guard had a custom pommeled sword that you would recognize. If you did that, we could probably find our way to him as well.
Right. Who do we want to go after first? Or do we think they're together?
Were you guys talking about Mike's new spell?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. We're starting on the dawn of the 14th day of Serpent Sun. And the DCC calendar that I'm using comes from Gong Farmer, the
Almanac.
first edition of the Gong Farmer, the Almanac. Yeah, you can find a copy of it out on my Google Drive. The calendar is broken up into fortnights, 14-day fortnights, and every day has a spell check modifier. It could be a no spell check modifier, a positive or negative spell check modifier.
Oh, interesting. So that's being rolled into the game?
Yeah, and it also has special events that occur on days, and I'll tell you about when those when we go into the next fortnight. I'll tell you about that are upcoming. So today is the 14th day of Serpent Sun. Oftentimes, and it's and the spell check modifier for this final day of Serpent Sun is -3.
Ooh.
Can you repeat that again, please?
The spell check modifier for the 14th day of Serpent Sign is -3.
Is that
Wow.
for clerics and wizards?
Yes. Now those spell check modifiers range from -3 to +3. So on some days it's quite
Helpful.
Bountiful.
powerful. And I'll give you some indication of. I'll share with you what that fortnight looks like, so you're not blind to it. You've just started that 14th day, and broken your camp and could catch sight of another campfire some miles away. You assume those fellows that you're pursuing out from the village. If everybody hasn't already done so, they should now take advantage of camping session, which is recovery of 1 hit point, 1 point of spell burn, 1 point of stamina, 1 point of luck. Clear your
Disapproval?
And and cross off 1 point of food. Consume 1 ration of food.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard a couple of things kind of as I was getting settled over here about what you guys are thinking about doing. I heard maybe Gib using his locate object to locate things, his new spell, that locate object spell, and also maybe seeking out food, whether it be game or trying to find another village or some sort of civilization where you could maybe procure more rations, right, or more equipment. What would you guys? Oh, we don't have a caller for tonight. Would anybody like to be one, or should I just decide? I think Mike, it could be your turn.
I'm good.
You're good in the sense that yeah, you'll do it, or you're good in the sense that no, you don't want to.
I'll pass. Peter can do it.
For you, since it was Ethan.
Me last time, yeah.
I'm happy to do so.
Throw us to our deaths.
All right, so gentlemen, I don't see there's a lot of decision making we need to make at this point. We're following these guys, trying to figure out where they're going. We're paying attention to game, but I don't think we want to lose track of these guys. We can't seem to gain on them, but we're not losing them either.
Yep.
So, do we want to just keep following them, or do we want to try to cast some spells? I have none for casting.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, today is a bad day for spell casting.
Right.
That was my thought. Let's move on to the drizzle.
Right, we definitely
It must be a drizzly day.
we definitely have the rations for a couple more days, right?
Yeah.
So we're not completely screwed yet.
No, I have 4 days rations. That means I have 3 left.
Yeah. Yep. What I got.
Your cleric's not the one with the food of the gods, is it?
I'm gonna double check that right now.
Because that could solve a lot of problems.
Garrett, I come bearing gifts of.
Oh, hey, look at that. He has food of the gods.
Nice. So that may solve your food problem. What do you want to do on this day of travel? You have 3 choices. You could seek civilization, you could seek game, or you could try to close the distance on your
Quarry.
Quarry. Correct. Quarry. Good word.
I think we should close the distance. What do you guys think?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
I mean, if we want to, yeah, let's do that because tomorrow might be better for spell casting for general. But you could go ahead and try to do your food.
Right, I'll try food of the gods when we rest for camp for the night.
All right.
So that if it fails, we can reset disapproval here.
That's a
Yep.
good idea. All right. So, so Judge Aaron.
You have a +2. All right. You're going to try to close the distance with your quarry. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then upon camping tonight, Ethan's cleric. Garrett will try to cast Food of the Gods.
Okay.
But before all that, upon Gib remembering what the cloak was or a piece of clothing that one of them was wearing, he's going to cast Find Object and picture that object in his head.
Okay, so the robes of the black cowled figure that threw the sphere at you in the Kingspire, is that
Yeah.
how you're going to try to
Yep.
make those robes? Okay, great. Why don't you go ahead and make your spell check? It is -3.
-3, right? But
Final
it
day,
doesn't
probably.
work. It's resets tomorrow, so that's all good.
Yeah.
Let me I'm not yet prepared for that.
You're level 3, right? So that's a wash right there on your roll.
Correct.
And then you have
Yeah,
your-
but he's got to roll. Right, but he still has to roll higher than normal because
Right.
it's a high level spell.
Right. That's right.
Unfortunately.
As long as Garrett summons us a nice steak. I'm tired of potatoes.
Well, it's possible. I don't know, as in
Fingers crossed.
follower of an animal lover, if you're gonna enjoy the steak or not, though.
Ildiver is not a vegan. She's a cleric of nature.
Hey, Aaron. You rolled the thing for me, so
I did. I'm looking for the spell right now, Mike.
no, I've got the spell, but we didn't roll for my mercurial.
Right. What is your what page is it on? I missed.
It's on page 178.
Oh, locate object. That's why I couldn't locate it. I couldn't locate that object. 178. Okay, and we need a mercurial magic check for you.
Yeah, so
What is your luck? What is your current luck?
14.
That gives you a +1. But didn't you burn a point of luck at last session? Or did you decide not to do that? I don't remember.
I don't recall anyone burning.
About going from 14 to 13, but in any case,
I don't recall anyone burning permanent.
To be honest, I don't remember, but if
14
somebody remembers that, then
14 does give you a point.
it'll go to 13.
Did you burn a point last session? I don't remember.
How about we'll assume that it's 13 and we'll review it over the video or whatever you got.
I'd rather just carry on right now. So I don't.
Okay. Yeah, if it did, I didn't write it down, but we'll call it 13. Does that still give me 1?
It does. Do you want to?
Okay.
Can you update your character sheet so it reflects that?
Yeah, I just did that.
Cool. So you do get a +10% on your mercurial magic check. Do you want to throw the percentile for me, and I'll tell you what the effect is? Or maybe I'll keep it secret until you cast the spell. Shall we do it that way? Let's do it that way. Let's do it the Nils Hedgehogs classic mysterious magic. You've never cast a spell before. You just read it off that weird log that you found in the witch's hut. What's that amazing search
True.
and you rolled a 20 or something, right? So why don't you go ahead and make your spell check for me?
So how do I do this again? How do I get those dice to come up? Or
hang on a second. I'll set you up
I
with a
don't
couple of matchup.
remember.
You can see the dice now in the chat window. And you can just click on the D.
So a D100?
No, we're going to do your spell check first. So a D20.
Oh, okay.
We're going to roll it after the spell's successful to see what the mercury.
Oh, wow.
18 plus your intelligence bonus.
There is
intelligence
1.
14 as well.
No, yeah, my intelligence is 14. Yes.
+1. So that'll bump you to a 19. All right, so that looks like a success. But before we get into that, let's see how it manifests. Why don't you roll a D6? Why don't you roll a corruption?
So a D100?
Oh, there is no there is no special manifestation, but please roll a D100. And add
there is no manifestation.
99. Oh my gosh.
Holy crap.
That's like 109 right now.
Yes.
Roll again twice.
Roll again twice.
So you get 2 mercurial effects.
Yeah, and they're both plus 10%. So the first one is going to be 64.
That's good. You're on the positive side.
Woeful magic. Each time the spell is cast, there's a 10% chance that the wizard's luck score is altered by its magic. Oh, it fits in well with your gambler background.
Yeah,
Patron
there
of the
we go.
Lady Luck. Yeah. If the wizard's luck is affected, it's either raised to D3 points or lower to D3 points. That's badass. All right.
I'm opting for raising it.
That's the first effect.
I think it's a 50-50 every time it goes off.
No. I called it. It's raising it.
All right. What is the second effect, Mike? Roll another D100.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, I think he's okay.
41. 41, no change. All right. Lucked it out.
At least your hair doesn't keep growing.
All right. So why don't you roll the percentile? If it's 51% or higher, it's a plus to your luck. If it's a 50% or lower, then it's a...
You just cut out, Aaron. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, roll a D100 for me. 50% or higher. It's a plus to your luck. No, it's a negative. Do you want to roll it or shall I? Will you take fate into your own hands or will I? Roll a D3 for the amount of luck lost.
Aaron, that's 109.
2 points. So your luck goes down by -2.
Okay.
And is this something that he's going to roll every time that he casts the spell for if it goes up or down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But the spell is successful at a 19. You can locate a non-living, non-sentient thing like those robes. The thing must be a specific object. I'm just skimming the results. Full concentration is required. Okay. It's a round to cast. If the object is within range. What is the range? There it is. Range is increased with each full round of concentration. So you can get up to a 10-mile range with 7 rounds of concentration. 1 round will give you 100 feet. And it doesn't go beyond 10 miles. So
before you cast it, I feel you were going to ask, Aaron, is if we had gotten a good description of the mirror.
Oh, of the mirror from Ridian Bees?
Right, that Nils has been sent to get. Do we have a good description of it?
No, you don't. Other than that, it's a Kith artifact, a Kith mirror.
We don't know if it actually looks like a traditional mirror or anything like that.
Yeah, that was going to be a question for that. I would have thought that would have been a straightforward question to the wizard.
Yeah, for Nils when he shows up.
For Nils. But this is still applying to the. We're going to stick with the cloak for now, until the wizard shows up.
I think you're a wise man. Plus, we're not ready to look for that damn thing anyway.
Got it.
So Gibb's going to tell the party that as we walk, that he's going to go into a state of concentration. So he's not going to be available for. So what is that?
7 rounds for a little over an hour.
For a little over an hour, yeah.
So you start your morning travels with Gib casting this woeful magic and feeling slightly depressed as you press on out of the swamps and further into the foothills to the east. He spends a full hour in concentration when he says, there. If we follow this track, we're exactly in line with them. So now you can continue your pursuit, or you could try to press on even further.
Following his vision.
Following his advice, yes.
Oh, I say let's follow his advice.
So you have, let's see, what is the relative distance they have? They're 6 miles ahead of you.
these guys are traveling. Gib tells the party that they're traveling at some unnatural speed.
Well, they did have a bit of a head start on you out of the village, so you've kind of kept some parity with them, but now you know exactly where they are, and
it would just seem weird to Gib that if they were able to see him, you can't see somebody 6 miles away, you know.
Sure
but
you can.
if
Sure you can.
you can,
like at the top of a hill, you might be able to if they were on the
6
other side
miles.
of a
That's
hill,
pretty.
6
That's
miles
pretty
away.
far. That's like that's super far. Anyways, okay.
It is far. I mean, they're like small specks in the distance, kind of thing.
We couldn't make out details. We could barely see their
Okay. Gib remembers the description being a little bit different, but okay, fair enough.
It's about an hour of a good jog.
6 miles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I prefer to drive it.
So you guys can press on if you like and try to close that distance with them. If you'd like to do so, give me an agility check. It'll be an imposed agility check. And Peter, one of your characters can roll as the party as the caller. Oh, but it looks like you'll absolutely succeed at that.
Yeah.
Roll a 20 and just give us all the distance.
Okay, well, I'll go with Gerda since she's got a +2.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yep.
Thank God they rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So you can do this. Let's see. So that brings you up to about noon in terms of traveling. You can continue to press your advantage and try to close the distance with another agility check. Would you like to do so?
Yeah.
All right.
Do it.
A 6. Oh, these guys are obviously convinced they're well ahead of you. There's nothing to worry about here. And
I think a 16 will do it.
You're all trucking. So that takes you through until sort of midday. Now you can press on again if you like, but now it's going to start costing you stamina.
No, I think we've closed some distance, and I don't think we want to do that to ourselves.
Okay.
Right. We'll spread it out over, a few days.
Okay. Let's see here.
So when the party saw the campfire ahead at the beginning of the morning, was that in the same direction that Gib figured out was the for what his spell was telling him?
Okay.
Did you hear my question?
Your question was about the spell and the location of the travel. Is that what you were asking?
No,
yes,
the question.
Bill's location seemed to match where we were going via like the campfires and stuff we've been following.
Oh yeah, you just got like a direct beat on them, and you figured out you knew exactly how far away you were from them. And
No, right. No, originally when the session started, you told us there was a campfire off in the distance. Did that align with the direction that we ultimately went after casting the spell? Okay.
So it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys are sort of traveling these sort of barren hill lands.
And by the way, we're trying to keep our voices down and not make a lot of noise because we don't want them to realize we're closer than they think.
Okay. So you're kind of traveling with some stealth, not hooting and hollering.
We're exactly. Hammy's not singing boisterous sea chanties.
No instruments are being played.
Okay.
Right.
You do crest a hill and you look down on a flock of herd of animals, right? And they look to be wild, though you've not seen these types of beasts before. They have a longer, shaggy coat. They go on all fours with cloven hooves. And they do have horns on them. They're like really long, tall, pointy horns.
Like an antelope?
Yeah, like an antelope horn, sure.
How big do these creatures look? Like, in terms of, do they look?
They're like the size of sheep.
Oh, good.
There are some
Oh,
small,
okay, so,
some larger.
so probably not.
Rough. There is a herd of. There's a herd of. A small herd of 4 of them.
So they're probably not rideable.
And yes.
Is there fences in this area? I mean, do they appear to be in somebody's pasture, or are these just sort of running wild?
No, it looks more like a wild space. You don't see any roomed pastures or anything like that. And they are how far distant are they from you? They are 300 yards.
Ooh.
So just at the the base of the hill that you've just crested, some 300 yards away. Bow shot is
We're well out of bow shot.
that would be like 100 well, that's feet, isn't it?
Yep, it's in feet.
Yeah, bow is 210 feet, so that's almost 100 yards. I guess that's
So they're out of bow range, and to go after them, we'd have to
Take some time, right?
Yeah, that's not.
And now that we have a priest that can summon some godly food.
We're hoping.
Gibbs,
he'll be summoned to pizza.
Yeah, is it pizza god?
You wish.
I know who Hammy's going to want to worship.
So were you saying that you just wanted to pass them on? You're not interested in these creatures?
Well, we're looking at them. I mean,
are they kind of in the direction that we've been going, or are they like off to the side?
No, they're in your line of travel.
Okay. Well, whoever's the best bowman then should stealth ahead. We could take 5 minutes to see if
Maybe we have my warrior do it, since he gets a little extra with his attack.
Okay. So I say, Gerda and your warrior, let's go see if we can't hunt us down a sheep and end up getting cursed by the gods because we killed something we shouldn't have.
Right. This is Apollo's cattle all over again.
Exactly. This never ends well.
Okay, so Gerda and Horus were going to try to stop some of these beasts.
Yep, because Horus has a mighty crossbow.
We're hungry.
Horus, make a luck check. Let's see if you're upwind or downwind from them.
Oh boy. Oh, nope.
So you are upwind from them. So they have some awareness of your presence. Gerda, why don't you make a luck check as you stalk down the hill towards them?
Hey.
Quite lucky. So you're able to close on them without scattering them. And you close on them by what did I said you were 300 yards away.
300 yards.
You close 200 yards before they start, getting a little bit nervous and sort of edging away from you. You guys are traveling in an easterly direction, and they're sort of edging off to the north.
Right.
About 100 yards away now.
Still at a crossbow shot.
It's a longbow shot.
Take it. If it doesn't go, then we'll keep on going.
I mean, if we fire now, we're gonna spook them for sure.
Yeah, but okay. I'll be right back.
How close do you need to get, Ethan?
Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure I need to get within 160 feet.
So we need to closest, about half of where we're at.
Like another 50 yards kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've got 240 feet at long range.
Oh, so we're almost
Oh,
in
you
your
got a
range.
crossbow?
I got a crossbow. Yeah,
Oh. Yeah,
forgot crossbow's got much
you're
more
like
range.
at like kind of your extreme range right now,
Mm-hmm.
the crossbow.
Okay.
Let's try to move. Let's try to move downwind and see if we can't get a little closer as we do it. Sort of circle, not towards them, just sort of skirt them.
Okay.
So if they do scatter, they run towards our friends.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Look at weapon attack table. Every hand cannot see. What is this? Oh, attack roll modifiers. That's what I was looking at. Attacker is
Extreme range is what a -2, -3?
long range is -1 die. That's what I was looking at.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fine.
I knew that's what I wanted to do was a die shift, but I would just seeing if it was in line. Why don't you make a luck check, Peter, to see if you can't close that distance further?
I'm back.
Yes, I can.
So your wilderness prowess allow you to creep even closer to these animals, moving while they're not looking, and when they look up at you, you sort of stop and trying to, be motionless and still. And Horace is now within range of a crossbow shot if you'd like to take it.
Horace will definitely take his crossbow shot. So down a die. So it's a D16.
D16. And the AC is 9.
Fun.
I didn't look up a longbow, but I assume it's better than a crossbow.
In terms of range, as written, it's not. It's
okay.
No, goes at 210 or something like that.
Not. It's 210. Yeah, 210. But you can certainly take a shot as well if you have a longbow. That looks like a hit for Horace.
Oh, damage is going to be D6.
Do I think we should both shoot and
1. Oh, and then plus the D die, so that's going to be 5 or a 6. Sorry.
Good Lord, your D die is up to a D5.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. So the crossbow pierces the heart of one of these creatures.
I don't need to shoot.
That was a good bang or whatever.
You like that?
That was pretty good.
Yeah, nice onomatopoeia there.
And the other 3 scatter when they see their companion fall. So it looks like meat's back on the menu.
All right, well, let's go pick up ourselves a little sheep.
I think so.
Somebody wanted a horn for some reason. Oh, Stanley in your dad's game.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. He's on the horn.
But being a priestess of Eldevar, I give thanks to this creature for its sacrifice for nurturing us. And I go through all the regular blessings and all that. And
okay.
And we'll make sure that nothing is wasted. And we're definitely taking the horns because these things are cool.
All right. So it took about an hour to stalk the prey, and then another hour to field dress it, as it were, to the bloodletting and the burying of the offal and whatnot.
Sure, cleaning of the carcass.
Yeah. So the beast is gutted and bled. It's going to be another point of encumbrance to whomever is carrying it, and it's small. It's probably about 60 pounds. But it would certainly, it feels, this thing could feed the 5 of you for a week.
Oh, wow.
Well, sure, because you can make soup from the bones.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
Hammy's already working on a menu.
Right. Actually, yeah, I guess about a week before it started to spoil and be yucky. Aged beef and whatnot, aged mutton. So you guys can add 7 days of rations to your meager counts there. This will include
Fantastic.
like the
Potato.
this is in addition to
Spuds.
the potatoes. So I think you're probably all up to about 10 days.
That's it
10,
exactly.
yep.
And as you travel over the next few days, you sort of parcel the beast out into additional equipment. So now it's just regular encumbrance. So remember, in my encumbrance rules, 3 points of a small item count as 1 encumbrance point. So that would be 3 encumbrance points for you in terms of food.
Okay.
And
Garrett's carrying a lot of it, by the way. He's a
Garrett.
stamina of 17, so he's carrying most of it.
okay, well, you guys can parcel out the food as you like.
Right. Yeah. I mean, parcel out so everyone has them. But in terms of if there's extra gear that people need to have, or if we're carrying around parts of
You've got
the sheep, then
you've got capacity, is what you're saying.
exactly.
Well, clearly you're carrying the tapestry.
Oh yeah, and the suit of armor too. Don't forget about that.
Right. So the suit of armor has now been transferred to Garrett.
Okay. We'll when we do a camping, we'll do a quick kind of inventory roll call, GM inventory. What do you call that? A inspection, and then we'll move on. So it is about 4 p.m. The sun is fading in the distance. Do you want to press on with your quarry, or will you make camp, or what will you do?
Now that we have this creature, I'm thinking we make camp.
I think you're right. I don't want to be pressing on and getting caught out in the dark unprepared. We make camp, we can set up watch, and we can be ready.
Okay.
I just remember
With more broad
dropping from the ceiling in an adventure. Oh, my character's died.
Make an agility check.
Who's making these? Oh, okay.
Crap. 5.
So as you're camping, you feel the distance slipping a little bit with your quarry, though not much. I mean, you it feels like too early in the day to halt your travels, but not early enough. I mean, it is fall and whatnot, so.
Meaning we feel if we pressed on, we could probably catch them, but it might be getting dark when we do.
You could maybe keep closing the distance, but it feels like they're opening it up between you. It's just that sense that you have of being in the wilds, that this capacity to sense that hunt, right? It's like almost as if this stalking of the wild herd beast has fired something in you. This extra sense. So if you wish to press on, you may, but you may also camp.
Gentlemen, what do you think? I'm happy to press on.
So when the sunlight's going to go dusk in what, an hour?
Yeah, about 6 p.m. ish, I would say.
Oh, okay. So that's 2 hours then, or is it 5?
No,
whatever.
It's just coming on. It's about an hour from sunset, you figure.
Well, it depends on how long we want to drag this out, guys. But sure, I'll go along with whatever the party wants to do.
One of my thoughts I have about going ahead and camping now is, 1, we don't stumble on them in the dark and get ambushed, but 2, we also get things like luck and healing back one more night. And Hammy was mauled there, so he's still still down by.
What is Hammy's luck right now?
He's at a 10.
Yeah, so every day that you spend resting, you recover 1 point of luck.
Yeah, so I don't see resting.
Okay, let's camp.
Yeah, I say let's camp so we can. You had a couple spells we were talking about trying. Actually, we don't need to do this food one now, do we?
Nope.
No, let's save that.
Let's just say that this was the blessing.
That was it. We'll thank our gods and have dinner. Keeping the campfire low and as little smoke as possible because we don't want to alert how close we are to them.
Okay. Okay.
Because, I mean, they know they're being followed, so they're keeping an ear out.
Right, but at the same time, we want, some warmth.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and make your normal recovery stuff. That's a hit point of damage, a point of spell burn, a point of luck, the cleric disapproval resetting, and a point of stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and cross off a bit of food. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Dawn breaks on the first day of the harvest. Fortnight of the Harvest is one of revelation and celebration of the crops being brought in from the field. So in the middle of on the seventh day, there is the Feast of the Horn of Plenty, where there will be +5 to all spell checks concerning food. But
Hey!
at the end on the 13th day of the fortnight, there is the Debauch, which is celebrated in some cities and hamlets, which is a celebration of drunkenness. So, and today is a +1 spell check modifier.
Hey, there's another
Over
reason
the
to
next
take a
few
nap.
days, it wanes from 0 to +1, but then enters a period of great arcane depression, a -2 and a -3. But again, so for the next 3 days, you face no risk in terms of spell checks, and in fact, there'll probably be bonuses. But on the 4th and 5th days, there's a danger of spell check penalties.
So we want to close today if we're going to be casting any spells.
Yep.
Including Food of the Gods.
Or we just wait until the 7th day of the month.
Alrighty. How would you like to initiate this day? You've sort of solved your food problem, which was excellent.
So Gibb's going to recast, because I think that the spell only lasts 1 day. Or
It allows you to gain a bearing on an object, to find an object and things like that. So you can certainly cast it again if you wish, to relocate yourself onto your quarry and start pursuing them. And obviously you could cast it many times during a day if you wished.
Here I come to save the day.
Is that Nils? Nils is here.
Yes.
Hey, Nils, I'll let the guys read you in. I'm just I'm grabbing a drink.
Did you kill us yet?
Just you.
No, I got his food.
Oh, cool. How'd you do that?
Shot it.
Uh-huh.
Cool. We've been tracking the bad guys, I guess.
Yup.
So Gib does have a question for the wizard.
Yes.
So just a brief update. So Gib cast find object or locate object, which was one of the clothing pieces of the people we're tracking. So it's allowing us to gain a little bit of ground on them.
Cool.
But the other subject was brought up if Raiden was shown a picture of the mirror.
No.
That you were seeking. No, you were just just explained.
Yeah, I was just told to go get this mirror thing to help her find something that was far to the east in a ruined tower or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, Gib needs to either see it. I mean, there's a lot of things, right? Touching it or seeing a picture or having it described really, really well brings it up. But maybe if you get maybe if your wizard gets a premonition of what it looks like, you could then convey it to Gib.
Yeah, certainly.
That's pretty much where we're at. We're trying to close the gap with these guys. We killed a deer or an antelope of some sort, and that's the meat you got. Yeah. I have a bad feeling that's going to come back to haunt us because Aaron said.
Oh, you have a bad feeling?
Exactly.
Bad feeling. Nils, you rejoined the party as they're rising from their rest. You joined them late in the evening, so you can go ahead and do your daily recovery of spell burn.
Sure.
And hit points if necessary.
I figure once Radiant appears, Garrett kind of just magically disappears.
No, I won't make Garrett drop out. As I said earlier that since you started the session, we couldn't count as Nils being present. So this does count as a session of experience.
Excellent.
Are you guys going to try casting the spell again this morning, or are you going to?
Yeah, Gib is.
Okay, go ahead and make your spell check.
Clever idea.
Failed.
Damn.
All right. Will you just continue in the general direction in which you're traveling, that easterly direction?
Sure.
We look for signs of smoke.
Yeah, and campfire.
Horace or Garrett, make an intelligence check.
Garrett will be making that intelligence check.
DC 12.
Okay.
There
it
is. Looks good. As Gibbs preparing his incantation and can't quite find the ley line to stand on properly or get the gesture right. Garrett looks out across the horizon and says, "There, I see the campfire. The trailing smoke. They're some 5 miles off."
That's the direction I think we should go.
There you go.
How about an opposed agility check?
Oh boy.
13. Damn it.
You're pressing on. You're neither losing or gaining distance on them. For the first part of the morning. Pressing on.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like these guys.
Speed of 20.
Oh, you goodness. Oh,
22!
man.
22! Oh, my God.
For 2 successes at least.
Oh, my God.
A fiery determination burns within the heart of Gerda.
You said beat a 20, so I had to.
It's the sheep, man. It's the sheep.
It would have been nice as a killing blow, but hey, I'll take it.
Right.
It's the sheep.
It's the sheep.
That takes you up to noon. Pressing on, I'm assuming, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Hard travel.
We're feeling real good about that one.
Beat a 16.
11.
Yeah, and again, no
loss or gain.
No loss and no gain there. But it is now kind of late in the afternoon. You can press on, of course, but it's starting. This hard travel is starting to become taxing. You can for food and water. And Gert has been driving you mercilessly. If you all wish to drive on, it will cost you a point of stamina to do so. You feel like you're closed the distance quite significantly with your quarry, maybe only 3 miles.
Well, I think we should probably resume to normal duties or normal tempo. Since we've definitely closed significant distance.
So you're saying continue after them?
Continue after them, but not at the same pace we've been
Yeah,
going.
not a
Words,
burning
just fall back to
stamina.
a,
Right,
normal
not a jog,
forward
more of a
pace.
walk.
Right. We're catching our breath a little bit here.
Peter, make an agility check with the die shift down.
That would be a D16. Nope. Oh, there's funky dice. Be a 16 plus 2. I rolled a 4.
Aha.
And that
man.
you into the evening. Well, you can press on burning stamina.
We're going to camp.
Even traveling at normal speed, you have to press quite hard. Okay, so you're camping. Go ahead and make your normal recovery stuff. Consume a point of food. And a new dawn breaks.
You want to try and summon food since you have a +5 to your roll today?
No.
No.
That's not
today is the second day of the harvest, and it's a +0 spell check day.
Gotcha.
No, I'm waiting for the 7th day of harvest.
That's right. All right. Hammy's feeling luckier. He's at 12. I got 12 points.
So we in the new day?
We
Yes.
are. And before we kick this day off, let's do a quick inventory inspection. We'll start with Nils. Could you tell me what you're carrying, Nils? And just so you can get a rough idea of your encumbrance.
I am carrying the weight of the world since I lost that sword. But
That's
beyond that, I
I
have my long sword. I have a short bow, so that's 2 encumbrance. I have padded armor, which is 3. I've got my backpack with the tubers. A large sack with my spellbook and chalk. Arrows and heads. Some papers and stuff from the mill room, and the glass globe of lightning people.
Okay, I count that as about 8.
Right, and that's about where I'm at. Yeah, I'm at 9 strength.
Okay, cool. And I just wanted to do this just so I also have a sense about what items you're carrying, because I might have forgotten, right? Like about
Sure.
the papers or the book or whatever.
Or those arrowheads from the swamp.
Right. Okay, how about let's go on to Ethan, and we'll go with Horace first, your primary character.
All right. Horace has shifted substantial amounts of his stuff over to his companion. But Horace is carrying a lantern. He has a backpack which is filled with flasks of oil.
How many flasks of oil exactly?
Apparently 5 flasks of oil. I stocked up the last time we were in town. And then he's got a bundle of rope with him. And he's got 8 days of rations left. And then weapons-wise, he has his longsword and crossbow. And then his armor is banded mail and shield.
So I count you at about 12. Is that where you got yourself?
Let's see, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's fine. Just note it down as roughly 12, and then you can figure it out later.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift over a lot of this over to my mule.
To your mule Garrett, to your holy mule Garrett.
Exactly.
All right. Well, just make sure to think about that in the next session too.
Yep.
But right now I've got Horace at about 12. And what is Garrett carrying?
Garrett, now that he has my lantern oil and oil,
Okay, lantern oil. Got it.
he's got now 5 days of rations. He has he's basically carrying the armor that we found. He's also got the tapestry. He's got his warhammer. He's got a sling. He's got banded mail and shield as well.
Looks like I count you at about 12 also.
Yep.
How about Hammy? What's Hammy carrying on his short little person?
Not a whole lot, actually. In fact, he's still got the sailcloth from his 0 level character sheet.
Oh, I love it.
Got a sailcloth backpack, 2 small sacks, flint and steel, 8 days rations, 1 water skin remaining, 5 candles, pot and pan, and he has 1 healing mushroom.
Okay, and then your arms?
Oh, and the 2 short swords and chainmail.
I count you at 12.
Yeah, it's a strength 11.
Okay, so he's a little over encumbered.
Guess I'll have to sell the sailcloth.
Yeah, it probably makes a pretty good bedroll or a tent in a pinch.
That's what I figured. We're using it as a tarp.
Yeah. So just that's something for you to think about, Peter. And how about what's Garrett carrying?
Garrett is going to she's got a little more hair. She got a lot of small things.
Okay.
Some of these are from her 0 level days. She's got her fine tools and small hammer from when she was a locksmith.
Okay.
Backpack, flint and steel, lantern, 1 healing mushroom, rope, 2 large sacks, a holy symbol, which I assume is a necklace, water skin, 3 empty flasks, magic dice, and now I'm down to 8 days rations. I have a longbow, a long sword, and I'm wearing banded armor and shield.
Okay, and the arrows, I count you at 13.
Yes, arrows for the longbow.
All right. How about Gib? What's Gib carrying?
Not much. Let's see. He is carrying 280 gold coin, some dice, backpack, 20 arrows, playing cards, tarot cards, now 10 rations, 1 oil, a water skin, 2 torches, padded armor, short bow, greaves of strength, and that's about it.
And the arrows, I count you at 13. Just something to bear in mind, gentlemen.
Yep.
Thanks. Gives me a sense about how you're equipped, armed and armored as well.
So sacks and backpacks.
Sacks and packs, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a backpack.
Question about the elk or whatever he shot. Did that increase our number of daily rations, or was that just for everybody for 1 day?
Oh no, that added 7
daily rations. You'll have to have the fellows parcel out some food to you because they've already divvied it up.
Okay.
Before you joined, so
happy to share.
Y'all can kick down to food. Food to Ridian as appropriate. All right, it is the dawn of the 2nd day of the harvest. Today is a 0 spell check modifier day. And how would you like to proceed? When you camped last night, it felt like your quarry was some 3 miles.
Gibbs going to first cast Eckham's Mask.
All right. Go ahead and make your spell check.
Damn.
Doesn't look good.
Okay, so that takes that away for the day. That's fine. So I'm going to cast Locate Object.
All right. Nine plus level plus intelligence.
I think you made it.
I don't know. It's a higher check.
Oh.
Hopefully.
Let's see.
I count 12. I count 13. Failed, but spell is
Sounds
not
right.
You can get to a 14. That will let you succeed.
Failed, but spell not lost. So
that means you can try it again.
Yeah. So Gibbs going to spell burn.
You have to
Yes.
on spell burn on your next casting. Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool. Why don't
Spell
you
burn.
roll how much you're going to spell burn?
273,000.
Just
Over 9,000.
just as a point of
Yeah, go ahead.
thanks. Can wizards jointly cast something? I think if I want to help
Yes, they
out in some
can.
way, what is the mechanics for that?
Yeah, there's a way to kind of pool your energies together.
It's like a
you can do it
casting-
over a long period of time,
Okay.
Right.
and
Yeah.
that'll allow you to kind of create sort of like a coven kind of effect. If you both know the same spell, then you can try to cast it jointly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't think that it was over a long period of time though.
Yeah, no, it's like over
This
days.
is-
It's
this
like
is
over
my-
days.
This is my
Really?
kind of ruling as the
Oh.
GM right now.
I'm pretty sure that's actually what it is in the book too.
Okay, so it's
I
not
tried.
something there's not a way that I can immediately help with this current spell.
There.
Well,
yeah.
you could tell me how you want to help, and then we can figure it out.
Ooh.
You can spend a long period of time sort of pooling your arcane resources together and helping to prepare to cast a spell. That's one way. If you both knew the same spell, you could try to cast it jointly, and if you or you can come up with another idea that I haven't thought of.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll think about it as as we continue on. I don't think we should try to take a lot of time casting because we don't want to get that far behind him again.
Well, technically, it shouldn't be taking too long to cast, anyways. I mean, it's
It doesn't
technically
take
whatever.
No, it doesn't take a lot of time. No.
Okay.
So Gibbs gonna spend a spell burn a strength
Okay.
to bump up by 4. So that'll be 4, right?
Plus 4 on your next roll instead of a +3. Is that what you're saying?
So it's
Yeah.
so actually I should have gotten a +4 last time. Now that I think about it, so it's
Why?
caster level,
Mhm.
right? So that's +3 plus intelligence, right?
Yep.
What is your
Right. You got
So that'd have
You
been
got
13.
No, that's 13.
13
What did
is
I-
a failure, but not.
You rolled a 9.
Oh yeah. That is 4, right? Yeah. Okay, gonna spell burn to add a point to that.
Okay,
for this
roll a
next one?
d24. Let's see what your spell burn effect is.
Uh,
16. The wizard sees maggots drip from your sleeves when not wearing a shirt. Nothing happens, and your torso appears as normal. However, when you're wearing a shirt, you constantly see maggots falling from your sleeves, like wriggling out.
Wait, what's
Sometimes
this?
it's quite a lot. Sometimes it's like a hallucination that you suffer from.
You and
This
Nil,
is-
Maybe it's not really hallucination. These worms start crawling out from the sleeves of your shirt.
you and Nils are never boring.
what's this for?
This is the spell burn effect.
Oh, okay. And how long does that last for?
Ever.
Forever.
Well,
Really?
another spell burn effect might, burn it out and cause
On
something
the
else.
plus side, you always have bait when fishing.
You have a constant food source.
Huh. Okay.
Hey, they're protein.
Do we see the maggots coming out?
Yeah.
Or does it only
actually,
hit? Okay.
Yeah, it's a physical effect. It's not a hallucinatory effect.
Okay.
Huh.
Horse backs away
Okay,
from
so then
Gibbs
that's
slightly.
so then it's a total 20 for the spell.
Now you roll your spell check with a +4.
+5.
Right. Yes.
Got it.
Correct. +5. Thank you, Nils.
Ugh.
Hmm.
8.
That's lost for the day. All right. Any more casting going on, or are we going to go into the agility check stuff?
I think we're going to the agility check stuff.
Agility check.
unless you're going to do anything special, you can tell me, and or you can just press on
Um,
after your.
yeah, I mean, Garrett will once again look to find smoke from the previous campfire so that we're going in the right direction.
All right, make a intelligence check, DC 10 now.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes, in fact, your reconnoitering on them adds another success. And the party breaks off with an immediate jump on their quarry. Clearly, they hadn't realized that, but now they do. All right.
I'm sorry. What did you start to say, Aaron? Clearly they hadn't realized what?
That you weren't present, but now they do, and they're hurrying away from you. All right, Peter, an agility check, speed of 14.
No,
Right.
not with an 8.
Morning.
The race is on.
We haven't had a coffee yet.
Beat a 13.
22.
Oh, there it is.
That's quite successful.
It's critically successful.
But that puts you to new. All right. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. So again, you're in this hill land, and the hills are getting
Alive with the sound of music.
They're getting steeper and more rugged. They're not turning into mountains, really. It's just becoming more rocky and craggy. The hills become a bit steeper, whereas when you initially entered into this region, they were more kind of rolling, gentle slopes. But now, at the base of a hill that you start ascending, you can see, half a mile away from you, those foes that you have been pursuing. One's dressed in black robes, and he's constantly looking back over his shoulder at you. And the other is striding purposefully, well armed with a great black longbow. He too is sort of dressed in black armor and with a black cloak. And they disappear over the top of this rocky rise.
Did they see us before they went over?
They did, yes. They've been well aware of your presence since this morning.
Okay.
Your nearness. They've been aware of your presence since you've been pursuing. They've been aware.
How far is the paralyzed spell capable of going?
Paralysis spell. I don't know. I think it's
Or word of command.
word of command.
Word of command and that about 30 feet.
Okay.
A mile is 800 meters. No,
So
sorry,
80.
half a mile is 800 meters. So they're about somewhere between 500 and 800 meters from you, as they kind of clamber over the top of this rocky rise and disappear over the far side. What will you do?
Well, when we get to just the crest of the rise, we're going to go forward very carefully and keep a low profile.
Okay.
That's usually when you get shot in the head.
And probably spread out a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you said rockiness, or if there's any trees, we'll be like hiding behind trees and
Sure.
being
So you're kind of
relatively
creeping up over this rise to get a good look at the other side, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
More concerned with stealth than speed.
I need to load a map here.
And as much as I don't like people with big black longbows firing at me, I think we want to concentrate, if we can, on waxing this wizard.
Right.
Oops.
Just a theory. I'm sticking with it, though.
I'm just importing a new map, guys, and then I'll bring you onto the table proper.
It's a map of a nice place where people will be kind to us. He said, imitating
green
John
open
Sullins.
pastures.
That was a perfect John Sullins, by the way.
I studied at the foot of the master.
Maestro.
Hey, good point. He is a maestro.
All right, let's see. Create a new page.
Oh, we're here.
Oh, I just dropped the players onto the battle map.
Yep.
No, not
I think I
Been
may
so
be.
long.
Think I may be needed to avert a family emergency.
all right.
Get the
I
taser.
had to do one of those earlier.
Oh, the joys of being unwanted and unloved.
Sometimes we live vicariously through you, Peter.
Hey, vice versa, back at you.
Let's see, background color, black. And I want to hide the grid.
One of the guys I teach with told me, we were talking the other day, and I described what happens, when I get home, and he told me my entire life what he envies is the fact my house is quiet. It's the only thing he envies. And I said, well, that's healthy.
It's just the only thing.
Yeah, well, he's got a house full of little kids.
Fair. When I'm dealing with cousins, quiet is generally what I look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Peace and quiet.
Huh?
Kids are always like, what's your favorite period? And I say fourth period. Was that your prep? I go, yep.
8th period.
What I get.
12th period. All right. Let's see how that looks. Oh, and I need to move it. The map there. All right. We are now ready.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Well, this is the exact same battlefield the last time we fought the captain.
Oh, was it drawn out from the
It was the mill.
The mill?
Now everything's gone black.
Everything's gone black as I'm about to bring you into the new play area.
Bit of despair. Don't even think about trying it out.
Where's Nils in my polygonist reveal?
Oh.
Out of curiosity, what's the name of the module I should have bought when I was at Game Castle?
Mm-hmm. Through the Dragonwall. This is the third in the trilogy that that I heard about on a podcast and I went seeking out.
Now, was this designed as a trilogy, or is it just works really well as one?
I think this third module, was written to tie two together into kind of a trilogy. Obviously, the first one was not. The first two were not written as a trilogy, and this is the third kind of linking module. So it's links themes and motifs from the first two that you guys played in.
Sweet.
Right. So, and I will get you from my library an adventure icon. Oops.
We're huge. Oh, there we go. Does that look like a fish? Does that look like a shark in front of us?
So looking down from the from this rocky from the top of this rocky hill, you look down into a valley and you see the two figures that you've been pursuing over the last few days disappearing into this yawning cave. And when you look closer at it, you can see it's like this cave sort of juts out from the hillside and is like a yawning mouth where the large, oops, I don't have the pointer.
It's a
I
dragon
called it.
head.
I called it.
It's
Look,
a
those are
dragon.
the teeth. Those are the teeth of the shark right there, and you can see the fins.
Yes, and as
It's
you're
a
pointing
dragon.
at it, and it is very much like a yawning dragon's maw. And those black pillars on the map are like stalagmite teeth. Stalagmite.
Stalagmite, because they come from the ground. Mite, it has an M. So does mountain.
That's clever.
I taught 4th grade.
That's what you tell the kids, huh?
I taught 4th grade. That's all I can say. That's why I know my dinosaurs.
Yeah, and it disappears into this dark cave of a cavern.
Does does Ridian recognize this at all from, potentially a previous dragon mouth that he walked through?
Ridian,
As he is wont to do.
make an intelligence check, DC 15. Oh, Ridian's away.
That's what I was asking for, Ridian.
Older, and he's still at the bottom of the hill. You're like,
Oh,
damn it.
He's trying to comb all that
He's an
hair.
old man. Yeah, he's trying to wrap up his ponytail, tie it up in a top knot or something.
That's right. It ends up looking like a turban.
Right. What will you guys do?
Well, we're going to have to.
Horace doesn't know any better, so yeah.
So we're technically having to wait for the wizard if
No,
he's
Okay.
you
okay.
guys, we'll catch up with the wizard. We won't wait on him.
Horace is fine with going into the mouth of the dragon. Or whatever creature it is.
Well,
I don't think Horace is bright enough to figure it out, but Garrett knows.
I'm going to hazard a guess. It's a dragon head. So we're
Garrett agrees with
Looking
your
at it
guess.
from your vantage point, I've taken time to carefully study it. It does look an awful lot like a dragon. It's not a perfect carving or sculpture. It may have once been hundreds of years ago, but no longer. It's been beaten and weathered by the ages.
Does it seem to have settlement or use around it, like roads or any sign that people are going in and out of it regularly, like cleared paths or something?
Make a intelligence check for me. I'm not going to tell you the target.
That's fine. Then I'm going to make an intelligence test with Hammy.
Okay.
Crap, I like the 11 better, so that's a 6.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's a dragon.
It's
That thing's big.
it looks very much like the drawing does, in terms of sort of barren rockiness.
What?
There's no signs of civilization or travel or roads or anything leading up into this place. It's like smack in the middle of nowhere.
I wish we could just put lights on our house.
I'm going to make bills so we don't have to listen to
3 different places. And Heather and Jan get things for her.
there.
Thank you.
Yep.
You can do that?
Yep. Through the
Yep,
control
as
room
the,
of the live stream, there I can adjust the levels and mute the different participants.
Because you're the one who set up the meeting.
Yeah. Can somebody not text Nils but chat him in the? Let's see if he's done.
I'm sorry. Yeah, things have been averted. So what's that?
That's fine. I just want to make sure you're okay. I just put you on mute where you see all your marital stuff. like that can ever be solved. All right, guys, what are you doing?
You back with us, Nils?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So as we crested the hill, we could see they were just ahead of us. They were running down into a cave, and the cave appears to be part of this stone structure. It might have been an ancient structure. It's ancient, weathered, almost. It looks man-made, and it's got columns that look like teeth, and it appears to be a giant dragon head.
Mm.
And they've run into it. So I think we're going to go after them.
Sounds good.
I hate
Into
to
the
come
mouth
this
of the
far
dragon.
and not.
Let's go.
Okay, as you guys go skidding down the far side of the rocky slope, Mills, make an intelligence check, DC 15. Ridian, make an intelligence check. Pardon me.
Not a good thing when. There we go. It looks like I just made it.
Awesome. So as you're coming down the down the far side of that rocky slope, you get a cold feeling in the pit of your stomach. The carving of this dragon looks very similar to the in style, and sheer presence as the one in the ruins of, what was the city that you guys were in?
Farouk, something like that.
Farouk. Yeah,
Farouk.
The icon of Bafakpur that looked over the city of Farouk. It's eerie.
I don't want to talk
Okay.
about
All
it.
right, you guys arrive at the mouth of the cavern. It is dark, pitch black. What are you doing?
Garrett is lighting a lantern with one of his many, many flasks of oil.
All right, firing up the lantern. Love it. That lantern will burn for roughly 3 hours.
Well, I've got one too, and we can light it later.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Yep.
All right. You fire up the lantern, and it casts a warm glow into this cavern for about 30 feet. And inside is it's even more intricately carved inside this cave as it was outside. The outside had been all beaten and weathered, but inside the carvings are almost lifelike. And in fact, there's this huge forked tongue that comes off from the center of the dragon in sort of a big loop, and sort of lays out at the mouth of the cavern.
That's not good.
You know, the mouth of it, the bit of the tongue that's on the exterior of the cave is, you know, all kind of crumbled and weathered, and kind of almost mistook it for some steps as you approached. But as you peer deeper into the cavern, you can see that in fact is this huge stylized looping tongue that goes from the back of the cave all the way up to the front. How about a marching order?
I'm not in front.
Not in
I
front.
think Horace should lead the way with lantern light behind him.
What time is it?
It is just after midday. I thought I had a character from Horace. There's Horace.
Yeah, there should be one attached to his name.
And let's see,
Yeah.
Garrett. Let's see, do we have a default?
I don't think Garrett has anything attached to him.
Drat. And then there is no.
I'm going to be back in 1 minute.
Alrighty. And then we have Peter with Garrett.
Yeah, we like Hammy to bring up the rear with that infravision and not being noticed.
Oh, does he have infravision? Oh, look at Hammy. He's so cute.
I believe he does. Yes, he
He's a
does.
halfling, right? Yeah.
Yep.
right, so we just need characters for Garrett and
Am I not seeing the characters?
they're at the top here, the northern part of the map. I'll ping you.
I see it.
Oh, I see.
You guys
So
may
is that-
have control of them, and you may need to. You should probably rescale them so they're kind of scaled to the adventure.
Just one square.
Yeah, ish.
So we're
Roughly.
coming in from the north.
You're coming in from the west there. I just put the characters up there for sort of a mark.
Oh, okay.
A
Just,
place
you're
to
just
put
putting
the
them there.
marching order, and then this character that we have here, that's at the mouth. That's sort of represents the party. So you just don't have to move all the miniatures.
And
Gotcha.
which guy's me?
I'm gonna get you yours, Mike. I didn't
Okay.
set your default image.
Yep.
but I can
Thank
But
you.
I think you should put you dead center.
put Mike in the middle.
Yeah, I'm serious. The two wizards in the middle.
Let's see here. Looking for Mike's character.
No, I don't think so.
There he is. Right. Let's go back to the other map. See if this worked.
I'm back.
Hey. Why isn't that working? So frustrating.
I hate your dog, Peter.
Why? Because you had trouble with the gate?
Yes.
Well,
I had.
there's two dogs to hate now.
What's wrong?
It's not trouble with the gate. It's falling flat on my face, and
But the gate wasn't even closed.
I know, but there's that little step thing that you have to step over, and I trip over it every time at your house.
Oh my gosh, you poor boy.
You want to see my skin knee, my skin hand, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, you're not.
Just surprised. But I forgot how tall you are. You're a long way away from it, so you don't see it.
Yes,
I get it.
it's a long way down.
All right. Mike, there's now a character on this screen for you. Did we figure out a marching order yet? I think we got everybody.
There's 5 there. I think there's.
Oh, we need Garrett. Is the last
Yeah, we need one more for yeah.
We'll just duplicate one of Horace's characters for the time being, and until why get you situated.
Okay. I actually have Garrett's mini. I just haven't painted him yet.
Yeah, well, when you do, you can send me a photo, and we can make a token just like we did for Hammy.
Well, I put a picture of the front view of Hammy in my on my character sheet. I don't know if people can access that or not.
Yeah, everybody.
That's what I did for Horace. I just haven't done it for I just haven't given it a top down yet.
All right, let's see. We are at
Nor have I, Ethan. I'm behind on Gruda.
description for you guys.
Yeah.
To add to the one that I gave you earlier. The cavern goes back into the darkness, a depth that's indeterminate to you from your lantern, with the deep void indicating a wide passage beyond. The floor is uneven, carved with raised but weathered forked tongue woven into a complex series of knots, as I've sort of drawn on the map. You want to give me a marching order and then describe to me how you're entering the cave? We can move on.
Cautiously.
Yeah. I thought it was Ethan's 2 characters, followed
Yeah.
by Gib, followed by Nils, and I'll bring up the rear.
Why don't we do this? We'll make this the front.
Gotcha. So facing that purple line.
Yep, that's the direction of your travel. Yeah.
Okay. So put Gib here at the back. I mean, hand me at the back. Well, I think Gerda's the one of the blonde of the bow, right?
Correct.
I can't access her.
I'll fix that.
Yeah, I can't get either of my guys.
All right. Sorry, guys. I will fix all of them.
No worries. No worries.
Thank you.
Ah. There's one guy.
So then we have a cleric
There
at
we
the
go.
back and a cleric near the front.
Exactly.
And the
Got our
wizard's in the
healing.
middle.
Yep.
And the wizard in the middle.
Wizards. We got 2 of them.
2 wizards. Protect the wizards. Save them.
Before we go in,
Mm.
does anybody want to get big?
No, but I am going to cast protection from evil. Just
Oh, that's a good point. I have spells.
so. Yeah.
Oh, I have detect evil.
Mm.
Maybe I should cast that before we run in here.
No, I think you just like go off the chart and melt your brain the amount of. Whoa!
Ho! Holy shit! We gotta look this up.
Did you guys
That
see the
was awesome.
spinning?
What was that
Yes!
for?
Yeah.
Was that Garrett casting a spell?
Yes. Protection from evil.
Protection from evil. Why didn't you read out the effect to me? Along
Oh,
with
great.
your manifestation.
I can't give Gerda a hug.
She's been rolling some 20s. I'm trying to cast it on us, and I think with a roll of 25, level 3 personality, a +2, yeah, so it's a +5. The cleric calls upon the deity to protect her from harm. She's protected even if she's not aware of the danger. The definition of evil is based on the cleric. Generally, it encompasses creatures of opposed alignment, those unholy to the cleric's deity, and those with clear, harmful intent. Depending on the strength of the spell, it may detect even more subtle dangers. This spell may be reversed to protect from good. Who would do that? And my manifestation on it is a glowing halo. No, I'm sorry, the soft protective aura.
I love it. Soft protective aura.
Okay. Garrett's
So
gonna
you
try and
just-
cast.
Let me just make sure I heard you correctly. The sense of. Give me the recap again, Pete. I'm sorry. You don't have to read the whole thing, and I'm looking it up
The
myself.
definition of evil is based on the cleric.
Right. So what is
opposed
unholy?
alignment,
Remind-
unholy?
Opposed
those who
alignment
have-
and unholy, yeah.
Yeah, and those who have clear, harmful intent, which would be those 2 jackasses we're chasing, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
And depending on the strength of the spell, it may detect even more subtle dangers. So at a 25, which is dead center on that level.
Where is the cleric's? It's a detect evil, right? Yeah.
No, mine's protection
No,
from.
he's doing protection.
Oh,
I'm gonna be casting detect.
protect. Got it. All right. 25. Anything that's unholy to your faith. All allies within 20 receive a +2 bonus to your saving throws against such evil creatures. Enemy attack rolls
Suffer a -2.
and damage is reduced by 2. How long does this last? A turn per
Forever.
turn. For 3 turns.
3 hours? Awesome.
Yeah. 3 turns is 30 minutes.
Let's run through and speed the dungeon and just kind of like.
Brent.
Well, there we go. That's.
I'm sorry, I feel good about the spell. Maybe it doesn't do anything for us good, but I cast something I hadn't cast before.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right.
Plus,
Is
we don't
anybody
know
else- Is anybody else casting?
Yeah. Garrett's casting detect evil.
Okay.
You're gonna blow your mind, kid.
Turns out we're evil.
Bunch of murder hobos.
We are. We haven't made much money at all.
No, but we got
I
like
know.
super ancient armor.
16. I need to go look up what this spell does.
Creatures of opposed alignment are automatically detected, as well as objects inherently dangerous in nature, such as
Ooh.
traps and cursed weapons. Evil creatures do not receive a will save to remain undetected. And how does this manifest for you, Ethan?
Oh goodness.
Do you have it noted, or if not, roll a d3?
No, this is the first time I've done this.
Okay, roll a d3.
2.
A heavenly chorus of trumpets, striding tones of warning whenever the cleric views an evil creature. So there's this heavenly blaring of trumpets as you guys approach the cavern.
It's just not going to stop.
It is you do get a sense of evil and danger from within the cavern itself.
Mm-hmm.
The floor and the ceiling of the cavern are inherently dangerous. You don't know why, but you just have this bad feeling.
Maybe this stone dragon isn't quite so much stone after all.
Or maybe it's a trap that's going to crunch us, so let's check things out.
Okay.
Yes.
How are you guys approaching, and what are you checking, and what will you do?
I suggest we stay on this side of the columns and take a look at the floor and see if there's a... First off, are there footsteps through dust and dirt from the two guys who already ran in?
There are not no tracks. It's not dusty. In fact, it's kind of moist and damp in here.
Oh goodness.
The floor of the cavern itself is heavily pocketed, and like with what looks like your foot could become easily stuck in, like maybe even like puddles and pools. And looking at the ceiling, you can see these nodules sort of not quite evenly spaced across the mouth of the roof of the cavern.
But they line up with the holes?
And the nodules are like about the size of two men's fists put together.
Do they look like they're right above where the holes are?
The holes of the teeth
in the ground.
No, they're not. They don't share any correlation.
Okay, so it's not like they're dripping acid into the room.
No, and then the tongue, as you look at it close, as you come closer and inspecting this area, it's carved out of a red marble, and it's wide enough for a man to stand on, and it's but it's perfectly smooth as well.
Are there any pockmark holes in the marble?
No, there are not.
That's an interesting idea that we could like walk along the tongue and not touch the ground.
That's my thought. Because they came running in here at a fair clip. They didn't come walking carefully in.
So as an aside, what's the distance from the front to the back of the party, and is the back of the party going to still be in the bless range of the super spell that Peter just cast?
The
and
spell
if not,
it's
like 20 feet?
Yeah, the spell is 20 feet.
20 feet diameter or radius?
Radius.
Okay, then we should be fine.
So that means, each man occupies roughly a 5 foot square. Each token, each person represents sort of 5 feet. So from Peter, his aura just catches Horus there in the front. As a radius, right? Not a diameter.
Okay.
So 20 feet in front, 20 feet in back?
Correct.
Yep.
Well, that's...
Wait, I have an idea. Hold on. Let's swap like that. That brings it a little further forward. I'm a little closer to center now.
Okay, cool. That's a good move.
The other thing I will say is that Garrett, in addition to having detect evil, also has detect magic. If at some point we feel like... Do we want me to try and do some detect
give it a roll,
magic?
man.
Sure.
Give it a roll. It's
All
not
right.
D&D. It's not gone for the day unless you roll a 1. So don't roll the 1. 20s are good.
It could be gone for the day if you fail the spell.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Other than that,
13. Looks like I just went off.
On detect magic.
Yep.
Right.
Magic.
Is it a cleric or a wizard firing that off?
Oh, it's a cleric. It's a clerical spell,
mm-hmm.
which is really weird, but it is apparently.
Okay, you get some magical feedback on items within 30 feet of you. That includes the plate mail that Garrett's carrying.
Oh, wow, okay.
The sphere that Rydian's carrying. The greaves that Gib is wearing. I think that's everything.
Wait.
Sorry, the tapestry, the spellbooks of the wizards.
The dice in my pocket.
Dice in your pocket, but nothing within the cavern itself.
But
Okay, so that's nice.
Wait. You said the dead deer is magic?
The plate mail.
Oh, I thought you said the dead animal.
Oh, right. I said the plate mail that Garrett is carrying. Sorry, I'm a little stuffed up tonight.
Yeah, that would have been real Apollo's cows right there.
I know. I was like, oh my god, did we really call it that well?
What did we do? What are you guys doing?
Okay,
Well,
I think
we need to move in.
I think like the most uncomfortable path, which is to walk along the tongue, is our best bet.
Good idea.
I think those nodules will drop from the ceiling and cause massive damage on whatever they hit, like the stone floor, which now has holes burned in it.
Okay.
Describe the tongue again, Aaron.
So it comes out from the back of the cavern, further than your light can see. It's about 5 feet wide, and it's incredibly. It's made of a red marble, and it kind of goes in these kind of undulating, twisting sort of patterns. And then there's a big loop in the middle of the cave, and it comes out the mouth and into like this forked tongue out the mouth of the cavern.
Gib agrees with whoever just spoke out to say to go in on the tongue.
Okay. As you guys start, you enter the cavern in your marching order, all traveling along the tongue. Everybody make a DC 5 agility check to see if you slip off.
Oh boy.
But you do get somebody slipped. Gerda or
Yeah,
Hammy.
No, that's Gerda. Yeah,
Like it's okay.
So we're doing agility and not reflex?
This is an agility check, correct?
Oh, Hammy blows it too. Oh,
So it was really
Okay.
who gave
This
us
is
the
Horace.
idea?
Horace, even at his -6, just passes that.
Right, because of the penalty with the armor and stuff.
Somebody had to.
And then, Garrett is also at a -5, but he passed it. So the really heavy armored characters apparently had no problem with this.
Whereas the sly, stealthy little hobbit fell right off.
He's probably trying to show off how easy it was.
I think it's because he's barefoot.
That too. And Rydian failed too.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Those of you that fail, you sort of you step out onto the tongue, and as you do so, you know it's rounded, and it's kind of slippery. And first Gerda goes off, and Hammy reaches to grab her and gets pulled down too, and then and Gib goes off on the not Gib. Rydian goes off on the far side.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, you kind of you step down into the floor of the cavern, and it's sharp and rocky, and your feet slip into one of those pits, those holes that you saw in the ground of the cavern,
Mm-hmm.
and it splashes into a puddle.
Ew, not gonna be good.
Hammy's not wearing any shoes, is he? He's a hobbit.
He's a halfling.
Yeah. So he instantly cries out, "Yeah!" and he jumps up, holding his foot. And it's burning and blistering from some kind of acid. Gerda and Ridian, make a DC 10 Fortitude save. Here you get to add your +2 because of the protection from evil.
Okay. So I have a +3.
Oh, that's okay. You're all right. Yeah.
Why couldn't we make these rolls in the first one?
Your shoes and boots protect you
Yeah.
from this acid puddle. Hammy, however, loses a point of agility and takes a -5 to his movement.
He could spare it.
You know, he's kind of limping and, you know, hobbling around on one foot. These blisters are actually cracking open and bleeding.
Okay, well, Gerd is gonna
Let's see here.
Is this acid or poison?
It is acid.
I'm just wondering if neutralized poison disease would heal him.
And as Ridian clambers his way back up onto the tongue, the nodules that are in the roof of the cave spray this dank water down, and it's all throughout the cavern that this is happening.
Even the tongue.
Well,
Gib takes a deep breath and holds it.
okay. And if there's, let's see, who's still on the tongue that didn't slip off?
Horace and Garrett are both on there.
Let's see, is anybody, the three of you, I'll make a luck check to see if any of you are underneath the loop of the tongue when this happens.
Underneath. Oh, so okay. The loop actually goes like a loop-de-loop over the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like horizontally. Okay.
Horace, not even close. Garrett's
is
fine.
Under the loop, so he doesn't get hit by this acid that comes spraying down at you. Everybody make a DC 10 reflex save for half damage.
Oh boy.
Do we get the +2 again?
You do get the +2 to your reflex save, but remember to count your
Armor.
your armor penalty, your check penalties for armor. DC 10 reflex save damage.
Oh, I get a 1, which turns into a 4 with bonuses if that makes a difference.
No,
Oh, so he's going to be a
you're going to take full damage.
I make a
Horace is a 7. I don't think that makes it.
You're looking to beat a 10.
Yeah, Horace is going to take full.
All right, let's see. Did Ridian fail?
Yes.
Ridian takes 5 points of damage.
Ow.
These are for Peter's characters.
Gerda just made it, and so did Hammy.
Okay, so they're going to take half damage. Gerda takes 2, and Hammy takes 3.
Horace takes full.
Horace takes 6.
Okay.
Garrett was under the loop. And
Yep.
I think is still out. Did you pass your reflex check?
Yes.
Gib, you take 1 point of damage. You were pretty
Nice.
close to the loop when the acid sprayed down on you. You know, it's there's a stench of burning flesh, you know, where the acid's sort of eating away at some of your exposed bits and burn the backs of your neck and hair and things like that. And
Is it
But
continuing
no
to
more
spray, or is
acid.
it
No more acid
okay?
continues to spray. It was like this sudden, like a cloud burst almost, and then nothing.
Horace suggests we keep moving.
Okay.
Very carefully.
Yes.
Oh. Go ahead. I just had an idea, but keep talking while I think.
While you
figure it out.
formulate your cogitate on this idea.
Yeah, you might want to spider climb so you don't have to make.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, because you'll just stick to this thing. I'm going to help Hammy back up on the tongue.
All right. So you guys kind of hoist each other back up onto the tongue and sort of crawl and scrape your way and continue to move back further into the cave. Correct.
Correct.
Yes. This time, both Horace and Garrett kind of have their shields like up over their heads a little bit
Oh, okay. Raised overhead.
to potentially block some more acid spray.
Okay.
Just for the record, that damage alone would have wiped out an entire 0 level party. So we're doing all right.
Good point.
It's good to be third level, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel invincible.
Yeah, as
But I still feel alive.
Yeah,
It's definitely a half full glass of positivity there.
Says the man that took 1 point of damage.
right. I am going to go ahead and cast Spider Climb.
Okay, you're gonna make a spell check. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
And I'm not burning anything. 17. Well, if I rolled a lot higher, I could get more people, but 17. I get a plus 20 on climb checks as long as his hands or feet are bare. Which I'm not going to take my shoes off, but I'll try to utilize my spidery hands more to.
Okay. So moving to the back of the cavern, this may come in handy, your Spidey climb, because you've arrived at the back of the maw of the cavern, and the cavern now takes the shape of the gullet, the throat of the dragon.
In the words of Marlin, that's called eating us.
There are tonsils, but they're instead of hanging from the top of the ceiling, there are 2 pairs of them at the base of the cavern floor, and there's in the back of this of the cavern is a 20-foot diameter chute that extends eastward and downwards, deeper into the earth. The stone is slick, and it looks like it would be easy to slide down, but would be difficult to climb back up. It's made of that same red marble, and cast off on the north corner of the wall, you can see an acid-scorched boot thrown off into the corner of this area.
Can you see about how far down it goes?
It goes about 20 feet, it looks like, maybe even a little bit further. 10, 20, 30, 40, and then you lose the light.
So we're not the only ones who had trouble with the tongue.
That's true. You're not the only ones that struggled with the tongue.
Excuse me for interrupting here, Ethan, but Gib, take a close look at that boot, because you may need to find the opposite boot.
Oh, the mate.
Does it look like it's a freshly removed boot?
Yes, it's kind of damp from the acid. It's sort of smoking in a few places.
Yeah. Okay, good point. Who just said that in the crowd?
Gerda.
Good point, Gerda. Very, very, very good point. Yeah. So Gibbs gonna meticulously picture in his head for when he goes to cast locate object.
You said that the gullet is moist. Are the walls moist also, or just the floor?
Everything in here is moist. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Horace is going to take the.
You can tell that it's moist in the sense of this acid sprayed through here.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the first
Horace
time it happened.
Horace is gonna take his bundle of rope and is gonna try and tie part of it like around like part of the tongue, or like wrap it around the tongue and knot it. I have a way out of here.
So Horace is doing this. Okay. It is slippery. How are you going to try to adapt for this slippery smoothness of the red marble?
In other words, how? Yeah, go ahead.
Horace is gonna go ahead and like kind of begin to crouch down and then kind of just like try and straddle this like red marble thing to give himself a little bit better.
The tonsils are probably maybe 4 feet high, and they're kind of cylindrical in shape. Think about the tonsil that hangs at the back of your own throat, but it's coming from the floor of the cavern rather than from the top.
Oh, so that would tie off better then, is what you're saying.
You could certainly tie a rope off of here, but it might, because it's rounded in shape, it might be fairly loose or slippery, is what I'm getting at. So
okay.
You can certainly just tie it off as you wish, but
I don't have any iron spikes.
hope for the best, but maybe there's some other way you can secure it.
Well, the other thing is that
A clever knot or some.
Well, I could use let's see. So it's not. I don't know what a tonsil looks like off the top of my head, but
Here, wait, I'll draw a picture of it for you.
I'm
It's a
just trying to
swollen
figure
area
out.
on each side of your neck, which in each side of your throat, which you wouldn't normally see unless they really swell it badly. But these are swollen areas, and if nothing else, it would be what the dragon spits flame out of. But you're saying that there's something there we could tie the rope to.
Yeah, and I've sort of, if you were looking at them dead on, that's about what they would look like, what I've drawn.
Well, so then there's some vertical surface to them, right?
Yes.
It's not just like a rounded nub.
Yeah,
So
they're
that vertical
they're-
surface,
they're cylindrical in shape,
right?
like a column.
So then that
Rounded.
surface alone, if the rope is at a lower angle than the tie point,
Mhm,
it should still secure it.
mhm.
Heck yeah.
Right.
You could tie it like a boat.
It's not going to slip off in any way unless it's something weird about it.
Okay, cool. So you tie off this rope onto one of the tonsils.
Yeah, and we're gonna use a slip knot so that as we pull on it, it gets tighter.
Oh, okay. All right.
my concern though is if this stuff, the liquid in the throat is acid, it's going to just eat away the rope while we're down there.
Well,
That is a good point. However, something there is better than nothing, maybe.
As
Sure.
I'm tying this, am I seeing like the rope starting to fray or fizzle or something?
No, not immediately and not perceptibly.
okay, I would like to try and heal Hammy's feet.
Okay.
And Garrett will also try and heal Horace, who's been acid sprayed.
16.
Looks pretty good. 16, is he adjacent to you or same?
He is adjacent.
Okay, 16 is 2 dice. Yeah, that's enough to heal the condition, his burnt feet.
Good.
So he no longer takes the movement penalty or the agility penalty.
But he doesn't get his hit points back, right?
No, you could certainly cast again if you like. And you also feel the protection from evil spell you had fading.
Okay.
The aura
Wow.
about you is starting to.
That was a quick hour and a half.
It wasn't an hour and a half. It was 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh.
Garrett,
Each turn's 10 minutes.
Ah, right.
Because, yeah, each turn is roughly
10
one
minutes.
declared action of exploration within the dungeon. So I just sort of kind of fudge it.
as Horace has been tying the knot, Garrett's going to try and heal him.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's same alignment.
Well, that's like 3 dice at least. Yeah, 3 dice, Ethan. Put me back in the game, coach.
Horace is feeling much better.
Well, since you guys are passing around the love, if you want to
throw some heals his way.
Yeah, I'm down 5 out of 13. So
All right, I'm going to suggest Eldevar do it since she's closer in alignment.
Yeah. Are you neutral?
me?
Yeah. No, you're chaos.
sure.
That's right. So we're side by side. So that's an 18. So you're gonna get at least 2. You're gonna get at least 2 dice back.
That's 3 dice back.
See, 3 dice back.
Nice.
And with my die 4, that means I may not be able to get fully healed.
Oh,
Whoa,
I think
there
you
we
did.
go. Yeah, I think
Well, you're healed.
That's good.
I'm up to 18. Woot!
Mike, did you have more than that one? Are you doing okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
No use risking a thing in the jiggy. Is there any more mushrooms left?
Yes, we have one on Ham and one on Gerda.
Cool.
And by the way, I want to say again, that was brilliant saving a life with the other mushroom because it added the temporary hit points. That was a great idea.
Especially since it was mine. And I was supposed to be the king anyway, so. I commanded him to.
Is it too soon?
Oh boy.
Okay, guys, let's see. We tied the rope off onto the weird tonsils and cast it down into the darkness. Are you descending?
Yes. I
In
think so.
marching order, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me actually go first since I've got the plus 20 climb.
Oh yeah, good point.
If things go
Yeah.
bad, then I have a lot. And sending some of our guys down in plate mail may not be the best idea, right? To start off with.
What?
All of a sudden, turn into the Jewel of the Nile scene.
Okay, so Rydian goes climbing down first, eh?
I guess so.
What a walking down and spider climb, really?
And you've taken off your boots?
Yeah.
How long does this spell last for you?
Okay, let me check.
It times out as soon as he reaches the bottom.
1 turn per caster level, so 30 minutes, I guess.
Cool. So it's still up.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Let's see. Polygon reveal.
That just doesn't get old.
Doesn't get old.
Nope.
Must be an error,
so
or is that
the,
just happen to be the?
The shoot,
Can't believe we knowingly walked into the gullet of a giant dragon.
Yeah, you happy, Horace? Now
there's
you got
nothing
your dragon.
adventure.
I know. When I get my baby dragon, I'll just retire. It's okay.
This is the baby dragon.
This is it, yeah. They only get bigger from here.
The chute ends in a roughly triangular area, some 25 feet deep, and just over 20 feet wide where you entered. There's a solid stone wall to the southeast, and on the north, but to the left there's only empty air. To the left, along the curved wall, a narrow stone stair leads downward. A ragged sheet of dusty cobwebs gently stir in the air coming from below. So I'm going to reveal a little bit more of the map so you get a little bit better sense. And so this area over here on the southeast is this sort of stone wall. And this area over here
is open air dropping
opens up into nothing.
that we can see.
Into a nothingness, into blackness.
But there's a
And then
narrow
there's a
stair.
stairway there on the north. Get the pointers and stuff.
I have a feeling that the trick was that you're supposed to slide down here, hit the left wall, and fall off into this
Into
abyss.
the darkness. Nah.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right.
Probably.
Be careful. Don't let go of the rope.
This is why I put rope.
Yeah.
I've run the adventure, been writing enough times to know that rope.
Rope is like towel and Hitchhiker's Guide. You know,
Good
an
point.
adventurer should always know where your rope is.
Mm-hmm.
And don't panic. I think we should check the wall for secret doors. Just for sake of symmetry. Everything seemed very symmetrical in this. And the stairs go that way, so maybe there's a secret door we don't know about going the other way.
Fair enough.
Sure. Okay.
Did anybody remember to bring an elf?
Yeah, but he's still dormant.
That's right, you do have one. That's
Mhm.
right.
Did you get a? Did you roll up a new character, Nils?
No, this is from when we after the TPK, we all rolled up secondary characters, and I've had one ready. We just have never. We've always wanted the luck batteries over
Oh, right.
a silly elf.
I don't remember. I remember you had an elf like with an 18 strength or something crazy like that.
Yeah, he died right away. This was another elf.
Yeah, I like that elf a lot.
I did too.
With the
He was fun.
falling of the winter for the what was that? I've forgotten.
Right. Yeah, he was prismatic spray. I think it was the one spell that he.
Yeah.
He was
that
fun.
one spell he got off, and then was killed by the.
And that's what drove the inhabitants of Farouk out of the city and onto the surface.
Right.
Yeah, that was so cool.
You turned it to winter.
You don't find anything searching the wall to the south there, to the southeast. But you do hear this muffled cry from off in the darkness to the north, to the northwest. Pardon me, to the northeast.
So my Aaron,
like a.
They found the spiders.
so we have Aaron. I got a question.
Go ahead. I was just asking you what you're.
So the wall that's angled to the southeast,
Mhm.
that's a wall, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then to the northeast, beside the staircase, is basically a cliff.
A drop off.
You can use
drop
the
off?
pointer. This is like sort of is where the floor kind of comes off to, and then there's darkness out here. Oops, it's darkness. It's darkness out here. You can't really.
Okay,
see
and is the floor flat where we're at?
It is. It's flat. Like it's like a stone worked floor.
Okay, so
This is a wall, and this is a wall, and then there's some stairs leading down.
and so when one goes and looks off the edge there, what does one see?
Looking off with the lantern, you can see it. Hang on, I'll reveal some of that for you. Looking off into the darkness, whoops. You can see a landing off below you, but it's far down. It's like more than 30 feet down. Those stairs must run a ways.
Do the stairs go up or down?
Down.
Oh, down. Okay.
I say we take the stairs.
Okay.
Healthier than the elevator.
And which direction did we hear the voice?
Hold on. Off in this direction, you heard the voice.
Okay.
Somewhere over here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right. So
I feel like the guy's following Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. We can't quite catch him.
Or playing Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
all right. So descending down to the next.
So before we descend, Gib asks the whoever cast protection from evil if they want to fire that off again.
You know, that's an excellent idea. Oh, no.
Point of disapproval for that.
Hey, but you know what?
Lawyer's not having it.
You know what? I'll take a point. That's my first one. I feel okay. That was not a bad idea, and it was not a foolish roll.
No, it was not.
Why is it a point of disapproval? I thought that was only if you get a 1.
No.
No, that's disfavor.
Disapproval is every time you fail.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then if you dice down within that disapproval range, you get disfavor, and something bad happens to you from your deity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You usually start prostrating for the next 5 hours or so.
Or end up in a TPK.
Or that.
Or that.
All right. The stairs go down about 25 feet to another triangular area, spaced like the steps of an enormous spiral staircase. The level of the new step that you've descended to creates a stone wall behind you, but another series of narrow steps leads outwards from the open area in front of you. Like the level above, dusty sheets of cobwebs move in a light breeze wafting up from below.
Is there dust on the ground?
For you guys.
Uh-oh, that's never good.
Did you have a question, Mike?
Is there dust on the ground?
Yeah, it's kind of dusty here. The cobwebs are mostly dusty.
Are we able to see the footprints of the people we're pursuing?
Make an intelligence check, DC 8. Oh yeah. They're clearly present. In fact, there's 2 pairs of boot marks and one pair of tracks that's like a boot mark and a barefoot, and a boot mark and a barefoot.
Wait, are you saying that there's 3 sets of tracks, or there's 2?
2 sets of tracks.
Okay, I thought you said there was 2 pairs of boot marks.
So one fully booted and the other one's missing a boot.
Correct.
Well, I wonder who that one came from.
Handout. Who's got the handout? Add.
And do the so Gibbs gonna let the party know that he sees that and that we should observe where they're stepping.
Good point.
That's an excellent idea.
Oh, follow the tracks, as it were.
Yeah, but understand to see if there's like tiles that they're stepping on that they're not.
Step where I step, so you don't set up a landmine.
Yes.
Oh, that's a fun one. People have done a lot of that. Oh, wow.
So here's something
Spider
to
webs.
help you kind of get some
DCC art. Woo!
DCC itch.
I fucking love their art. I just do.
It's really nicely done.
It is very 70s.
Yeah.
You know, the dawn of that whole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could have been done in black and white printing era. Yeah. That's why I love Mullen's cross hatching so much.
Let's see. I need to get back to my map so I can figure out what the heck is going on at this stage.
Yeah. So remember. Well, none of us remember. Ildevar remembers. Not Ildevar. Nils remembers. The last time there was a big drop off in spider webs, there was this big dog spider thing. So.
Yeah, that's when I summoned my inner spider myself for the first time and jumped down and stabbed him through the eyes.
That's right. That was awesome.
Speaking of spiders,
are you guys descending down?
Heck yeah. Where do the stairs go? They go down.
As you sort of follow these curving stairs down the make sure I'm on the right layer. You catch sight of a candle sort of bobbing and weaving its way further around this circular chamber. I'm going to polygon reveal for you guys.
Shoot,
as in it's in a lower level than us or there's a floating.
Yeah.
So
Horace suggests we take a shot at it.
Hammy has infravision and a crossbow.
Hammy's infravision's kind of goofed up by the lantern light.
Yeah, so let's close the lantern off for the moment. I was going to suggest.
Okay, go ahead, Nils. What is it?
I was going to ask if anybody had any kind of wind spell, because if it's a candle, we might be able to do a wind spell and blow the candle out for him.
It's a great idea, but no, I don't.
Okay. I didn't
No.
think
Oh, I love that idea.
Sort of catch first sight of it here. Oops, I need
Mhm.
to use the right tool. You catch first sight of it here, but it's moving quickly and rapidly. And it's starting to descend deeper into darkness. If you do want to take a shot at, who's going to do it? Let's do it now.
Horace wants to take a shot.
Yeah, you're going to be down a die.
Okay.
And you're going to be, yep, go ahead and roll your hit. Or with your crossbow, with your mighty warrior crossbow.
Indeed. See how this goes.
Am you shooting?
Hammy's shooting damn
Oh,
straight.
goodness. I didn't hit Jack.
All right. It clatters off into the darkness.
So I'm down.
Hopefully
a
neither
die.
one of them is called Jack.
Yeah, down a die, please. That's a D16.
+2 is a 9. Nah.
Yeah, so take a couple of shots into the darkness at this bobbing candle, which then quickly you see gets shrouded or covered.
At least make them slow down and move more carefully.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's keep moving quickly down then.
You guys are going to keep moving down.
Hell yes.
Yeah, again, paying attention to where they stepped
Okay,
and
good. I
following
like that.
suit.
That's a great idea.
Clearly, they're not dead yet.
Gib keeps on remembering about the oil and the fire. And
Oh, the stairs. Yeah.
Right. We have problems with stuff raining from the ceiling, don't we?
yes.
We get urinated on a lot. It's all symbolic.
Okay. So passing down to the third large step. Yeah, because when you look back over your shoulder, each one of these triangular shapes are like these huge steps leading down, and then there's like man-sized steps around the.
So they're like steps that a dragon could come running up.
Yeah, like that a dragon can come running up.
Or it's a giant Nazi symbol.
No, it's not.
Giant.
It
Not
doesn't have enough 90-degree angles.
I know.
you see,
Hey, if the dragon can run up at baby dragons. That's all I'm saying.
so passing down to the third step, you can see that there are at least 2 more steps ahead of you and further into the darkness. The webs are thicker here, but you feel the breeze from below, and the webs are torn from where your quarry passed not long ago.
All right, so watch, guys, that there's not some big giant spider thing being woken up by these guys waiting for us.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye up on the ceiling too.
So each pie area of wall is a solid piece of wall.
Yeah, each gray pie areas. Yeah, that's
Yes, right.
a solid wall. And you kind of have to, the direction you've been traveling has been going down.
Right.
So, the gray areas that are in front of you are like ledges leading off into the darkness, and the gray areas behind you are like sheer walls.
Sure.
Which lead up to the previous level that you were on.
And then so in other words, the ceiling staying consistent with us, or is it
it's like this tall dome?
Okay.
And that's kind of what's drawing up this draft from beneath you.
We're going to get eaten by dragons. We saw it on the tapestry.
No,
It
we've
means
just
there
gone
might
down.
be baby dragons.
Okay, everybody, as you're passing through this area, make a DC 12 will save for me.
Uh-oh.
We have already been eaten by the dragon. We've gone down its throat.
Good point.
True enough. Okay.
And we no longer have the
will
+2 bonus,
save.
right?
No.
Made it.
He has a plus
Oh, I
one,
made it. Woo!
and he has a plus
Hammy
one.
failed.
Okay. Horace probably failed. And then Garrett's fine.
Who failed?
Hammy.
Horace did.
Gib.
The GHs.
Gib
Hammy,
and
Horace.
Horace. Okay. So as you guys come down these stairs and onto this platform in your marching order, and the webs are thicker here, a few of them brush up against you, all of you, in fact, because they're quite thick here. There's obviously a passage that's been torn by the fellows that you're pursuing.
Oh, this is really
a few of you drift into absent-minded thoughts and reverence. Gib gets the scent of honey and apples deep in his nostrils, and then like hears kind of faintly off in the distance the clamor of the bar room and the clatter of dice and the rich mahogany smoke of the wood burning stove, while Horace gets images of lost lovers and relatives that appear in the shifting curtains of the webbing, just out of your reach, and just you sort of paw at the webbing and know that image that you saw has just faded away. What are you guys doing? You're sort of traveling along the exterior of the cavern wall here.
The cylinder. I think we need to press on and keep going after this guy.
Okay.
But I think this is where they were yelling.
Okay.
Horace quietly says to himself, "Mother."
Do we notice their absent-mindedness?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will try to break Gib of his reverie.
Yeah.
Garrett will kind of like pull Horace behind him, so Garrett's going to lead the way instead of this absent-minded warrior who has no idea really what's going on.
Okay. And are you doing the same for Gib?
I was going to do that, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll do that for Hammy.
Oh, did Hammy fail as well?
What?
Oh, yeah. Hammy failed.
But the pub, though. The pub.
I figured it was the exact same thing you saw or wanted. It's like, steak and kidney.
Yeah, so Hammy's visions are of the sea, of the crashing sea, and the Shire of home. That he's long since been exiled from.
Yeah, as Garrett tries to pull Horace back, Horace is kind of just going, "Mom, Dad."
Okay.
Because him being an orphan.
Yes, exactly. These are memories that you have of your parents, but as as an infant almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move our poor deluded friends forward hopefully out of the zone of control of this.
And away from the edges of the stairs and more.
Yeah, damn straight.
And whatever that scribbled out stuff is, it's hidden there.
Yeah, especially that.
Yeah. Scribbled out. Those are just the dungeon key stuff that I didn't quite get to fully remove when I imported the map. It's just numbers, right? But it kind of breaks the
Sure.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
the effect, right?
It really says dragon
figured-
summon now.
Luckily on the Hangout you can't see it because there's a D20 sitting on top of it.
I figure anything you blacked out is something I don't need to see.
Right.
We'll find out exactly what it says in about 5 minutes.
When it kills us.
Exactly.
Okay. So this next step down, the fourth step in your long descent, or in this short descent through these steep stairs, is much like the one above, although there are fewer webs here. Near the wall formed by the last step above you, you can see the mummified and cocooned leavings of roughly humanoid shapes. Unhappy creatures which must have come this way and met their end. So there's a few cocooned bodies.
Roughly where?
Here.
Yeah, right where the marked out stuff is.
Right where the hidden stuff is.
Right where the hidden art marked out stuff is, yeah.
I do think we should check it out.
You wanna search the bodies?
So is there a so we're at a dead end then, aren't we?
No, I'm sorry. The stairs continue even further into the darkness.
This is just the third level down.
Got it. And do we still see the footprints of those guys going the same direction? Leading down?
You do.
Okay.
So I say we do a quick search, and while someone's looking at the bodies, a few other people watch above them so things aren't dropping on their heads.
And below.
And below, yes. Because we're getting paranoid at level 3. That's why I've made it this far.
Okay. I've revealed a bit more of that area for you.
By the way, not to interrupt, I wanted to mention at the beginning when everybody got together, but we all kind of trickled in it. I read the description at level 3. That is rare geniuses. That is 1 in 1,000.
That's right. You guys are heroes. You're no longer lowly townsfolk that have kind of pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. You're something more. Rydian was nearly a king.
I still am a king.
King of the world.
Okay, so we're going to check these bodies out.
Yeah,
Gib
so
will cover the upper stairs direction.
the corpses here are humans, and they're many of them are kind of armed and equipped as you are, for travel and danger. But they're ancient. Their equipment's long since become useless, rusted, broken, and destroyed. There's nothing recent, and there's no recent cocoon here amongst the dead. And
any treasures or spell books?
Do you want to spend time cutting open the
Why don't we wait until we come back
and whatnot and searching them?
Yeah, we could do it on the way back.
On the way
or
back.
not, whatever.
Quote unquote, way back.
I thought searching was doing this is where we'd find out, but if not a big deal. Let's keep on going.
Well, I mean, you could spend the time if you want to cut open the cocoons and search them. What you find is sort of these wrapped up, mummified remains of what look to be human adventurers. There's some rusted and broken weapons cast about.
Ethan, do you want to cast Detect Magic just because that would?
That's a good idea.
Oh, that's a good idea. Garrett will go ahead and try and cast Detect Magic.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
No. That's a point of disapproval.
All right.
Could try it again if we really want.
No.
I'd say we keep on moving.
Okay, are you guys descending down?
Yeah. I just have the bad feeling that if these guys stay too far ahead of us, they're going to end up getting a lot of help.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I agree with. And Gib, coming off of his high from brushing up against the opiate-like strands of silk, is going to stay clear of them.
Okay. All right.
Garrett kind of wanders back into them, kind of like he wants another glimpse of his parents.
Oh, stop that.
All right. So this next step down seems to be clear of the web, but your light reflects off glittering stone scales of a statue near the center of the area. The statue is of 2 entwined wingless dragons, one jet black and the other a dark green hue.
A little bit like the one I'm painting right now.
Are you painting a dragon?
I am painting a dragon right now.
Those are about right here.
Okay.
Suddenly the dragons make a grinding noise, like the sounds of stone slates sliding over one another when they move.
Horace and Garrett immediately pull up their shields.
And they come swirling to life. Peter, roll initiative.
Damn it, Horace.
Beat a 10. No, beat a 6.
What do I get to add to my? Is that an agility?
You should have a reflex.
Reflex.
Yeah.
So it's a +3.
Whatever your reflex mod is. I think warriors get a bonus. But... Okay, so you guys win the initiative. I will move you to the battle mat. Well, we can do it here. I don't think we need to move to the battle mat.
Do we want
to
to?
2 creatures, unless you guys want to.
I
think we're fine.
I think we're fine, and because
Right.
we're especially if you think that, it means that these aren't boss.
You guys are kind of strung out here in your marching order, moving down these stairs. That's about where the leader is, about the base of the stairs when the statues sprang to life. See, again, there is a black one and a green one, and these are serpentine dragon-like creatures.
These are wingless dragons, though?
Made of stone, wingless, yes.
Okay. Kind of oriental style.
Yeah, or, serpentine.
Right.
Okay, I want to cast a spell.
Okay, sorry. You're casting. I'll give that to you. I forgot to ask before I rolled initiative, but again, that's okay for me. You basically, I mean, these things are moving so slowly as they kind of come to life that you guys certainly got the drop on them.
I want to cast paralysis.
Yeah. I'm gonna let ranged people and spellcasters do their things before my boys charge into the fray.
These guys didn't stop and fight these things. They kept moving, is my guess. So I think we need to.
So what are you casting, Gerda?
I'm casting paralysis on. I'm going to try and roll high enough to do something.
All right, go ahead and make your spell check.
Ah, crap monkeys.
Like an 11?
No.
Might be a point of disapproval.
Yeah.
It was worth a shot.
Sure. No.
All right. Anybody doing any missile weapons before my people jump in?
What's the distance that they're at?
They're roughly 10 to 15 feet away from you, depending on where you are. Maybe even 20 feet away from you, depending on where you are in the marching order. There's also some, if you're further up on the stairs or looking at them over the ledge, they could be,
Yeah, Gibble.
There's some height problems.
Draw his bow and shoot at him.
You want to shoot at him from the ledge or from the stairs?
Yeah.
I just put.
So this is all looking down. There's no wall interrupting.
No.
Okay, yeah, from the ledge there. That's fine. Yep.
If the other guys got past him, why don't we just run past him?
You could certainly do that.
I think it's a good idea to keep moving.
Does Ridian start running?
I don't start running, but I will try to carefully
convey that we have the chance to just run past them.
Well, I'm going to at least move further past them onto the next set of stairs to see if it's safe, and
I think
Horace and Garrett will take up the rear as the rest of the party is beginning to move forward.
Yeah,
to give us covered.
You can see the stairs continue down past this level.
Mm-hmm.
Gerda still has a movement action. If you'd like to, you can move her base move, Peter, if you'd like to take that as a movement action.
Yes, I would like to do so. So my base move of 30 would be
roughly 6 squares.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which puts me at the top of the next stairs.
Okay.
With my bow drawn to cover the next people who go past me.
Gib, upon hearing the wizard say that, he doesn't take a shot.
Is he going to double move down to the...
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. You could probably move about 30. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then 34 more. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you get to the base of this. You get to the base of the next level, no problem. What's everybody else doing?
Does Hammy want to run?
Well, he's going to have to, but at running, he's only going to make it 30.
Okay. Make it 30. I'm going to suggest that or just go to the party that maybe Horace and Garrett should fend off the dragons while the rest of you are running.
You mean you want to bring up the rear? Because I have a feeling they're not going to chase you past
the level.
Yeah, because Hammy's
the level that they're on. That might be.
I was also going to suggest that they will get a chance. If we want it, they will get a chance to free hack at these things, as opposed to just being hacked on. But
yeah, I think. Yes, I say. Well, yeah, you may go hit him. Yeah, go fight.
right, go hit them while Hamy's trying to make it clear.
Yeah, I'm guessing since Hammy was at the back, the furthest I think he can get to the base of the stairs we're at.
Okay, Horace and Garrett, go ahead and engage the dragons while the rest of the people are running.
What? Stop that! That's huge.
Did they?
I have to rescale it.
Oh goodness!
Rescale it up.
Yeah.
But look, it's just the right size to climb those stairs, isn't it?
That it is.
All right. This is the black one.
Aha.
This is the green one. That's more brown than green, but you get the idea.
Olive. It's olive drab.
Well, in my definite experience with fighting dragons, green means poison. So,
Did everybody move? Did everybody act? Where's Hammy? Hammy, where are you?
Guessing that, and I'm guessing based on how far Gib was able to go and where he was, I would have been just behind him. So 30 feet.
Yeah, you could be near Gerda, either ahead or behind her as you wish.
I would like to be just
All right.
I'm a morsel, okay? I'm a tasty morsel.
Nom, 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 nom.
So tasty.
so yeah, Horace and Garrett are engaged in the dragons while the rest of the people are getting clear.
All right, Horace and Garrett still have their actions to take, so you may take them.
Sweet. Garrett. Oh goodness. He's level 2 cleric, which is what, a +1 to hit?
Possibly. You want me to check for you?
Sure. Yeah.
We get pluses to hit for being clerics. What?
Every level you may get an attack die modifier, an attack roll modifier, and that's in the chart. The
level up stuff.
the cleric
class
level
check.
2 is a +1 attack modifier.
Fantastic. Here we go.
Maybe it says +2.
Oh, a fumble! Way to start the round.
This is why it's Garrett and it's not Horace.
man.
Oh, Ethan.
What's your fumble die?
Oh, it's high. Give me a second while I look at my nice armor. D16.
Wow.
Any luck modifier?
I believe this guy is neutral on luck, which is really nice. I'm pretty sure. Oh, thank goodness he's neutral. Okay. Do 6.
Which weapon are you using?
He has his warhammer,
And did
or
you
at least he did.
Which one did you charge?
I charged the black one because green means poison, and I don't want to deal with that.
Are you the one with damage on? Oops.
No. Damage is Garrett. The one with damage is Horace.
You charged the black one.
Yes. Or he tried anyway.
He succeeded in
So you go to swing your hammer at this fell beast, and the haft gets tangled up in the bindings of your armor.
Oh wow!
And you need to spend your next round untangling yourself.
Oh fun!
And your armor becomes armor class is -1. Because things are all out of place and shifted.
Right.
Like like the pauldron is pushed off your shoulder and that kind of stuff. So that's what happens to you.
Horace.
And then Horace. What's Horace going to do?
Something
Might
better.
need or something dumb? Is that what you said?
I said roll a 20. To make up for the one now, roll 20.
Nothing particularly special here. He doesn't really know enough about dragons to.
He's just going to tank. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Roll a 20.
That's great.
What do you tell him to do, Peter? And he does it.
I gotta be really clear about these things.
Did you throw your deed die with that?
that was
Oh,
24 total.
okay. So that's a +4 for your deed die. And what is your crit table?
Oh, I'm a level 3 warrior. That's right. My crit table changes.
Looks like it's
Or
4. Level crit table 4.
Yeah, table 4 D16.
All right. And what
At a -2
is
because of
any luck modifier for you?
-2.
All right. Go ahead and throw your D16 -2.
13.
18. Oh my good lord! You deliver a hammering blow that crushes the internal organs, inflicting an additional plus 2d12 damage with this strike.
How much damage?
Plus 2d12.
Oh, good lord. So normal damage, D12, plus the that 21.
21. And what type of weapon are you using?
That's a longsword.
Okay, so you deliver this hammering longsword smash, and it goes skidding off the stone plates until it catches something right up under the neck and sinks home, doing 11 points of damage.
I'll take that.
You'll take those 11 points. And that was with your deed die and everything?
Yep.
Right. Good job. Let's see here. I just need to catch up on the hit points of the monsters.
I think they have 10.
The black one.
Now you've just only made it angry.
Well, it looks like they take about half damage from our mundane weapons, so the Warhammer would probably do more.
The GM roll, Nils, for as one word to do something just for me. Yeah.
What?
I'm talking to myself.
I thought you said something Nils.
Yeah, I can never remember the syntax for the GM roll.
Oh, sorry. It's
I got it. It's /GM roll, but it's one word and blah blah blah.
Okay.
All right. So we did 11 to it, huh?
Yep.
Not even funny.
And all right. Any other player actions?
No, I did both of mine.
Okay.
I really should give Horace like a Warhammer as well, so we can just switch it depending on what type of material he's hitting.
All right. Whoops. All right. Yes. Let's see. And you guys are both fighting the black dragon, correct?
Correct.
Right.
We prefer dragon of color.
We like equal representation.
All right. The black one lashes out at. Oh, clearly he's going to lash out at Horace.
I was going to say
damage. And he has 2 attacks, a claw and a bite. They're both +4 to hit. Here's the claw. That'll hit AC
Yep.
18.
That's gonna hit.
That will do 1 point of damage. And
Yay!
then the bite. Honk.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
Chomp. Does 3 points of damage. Crunch.
4 total. Cool.
The green dragons come scurrying around the corner and opens its maw to breathe.
Oh crap!
Fluttering from its gaping mouth, fly. Come on, where is it? A cloud of summer leaves and flowers, 15 feet in diameter. So let's see from you. Doesn't quite get to Gib. Let's see. 5, 10. It possibly gets to Gib. Gib, make a luck check to see if you're just out of range. No, looks like you're still in it.
That's not good. That he made a luck check to avoid it.
Those of you guys that are facing the green dragon, that's Gerda, Hammy, and Gib, I'll make a DC 15 fortitude save for half damage. If not, oh, that looks good for Gib. Oh, no.
Oh,
Who is that for? Gerda
That's
or Hammy?
Hammy. That's Hammy.
Hammy takes damage. As these,
I'm sorry,
as
no,
these-
I'm sorry, no, it's Gerda.
Oh, as Gerda takes as these summer leaves and flowers like burn into your skin and your flesh.
And Hammy takes it too.
All right, Hammy takes 5 points of damage.
Hammy takes 5, and how many did Gerda take?
8, I believe.
Ouch.
And Gib, you take 1. The man of 1 hit point. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. This dungeon's not so bad.
he's the man we want only taking 1 damage. So
Yeah, I'll take 8 to his 1 anytime. You know,
yeah,
I can take it.
Oh, right, the wizard, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm going to cast the Spearmint Breath spell.
Double your pleasure.
That's right. I forgot about Rydian. Where's Rydian in all of this?
I was running down the stairs in front of everybody else.
Oh,
The king of the world is running.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
the world is running.
how far did you make it?
Well, it shows that I didn't actually move myself. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's out down there in front? I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
so-
That's Gib. That's Gib down
Would
there.
have been out in front of me then, because he
Okay.
initiated the.
He initiated the running.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was in front of him in marching order anyway.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. And then, so yeah, you would have been out of range of the breath weapon, so you're fine. You're fine.
Whew.
Right. So looking off into the there's sort of a cavern opening here where I've marked on the map. I'm going to move you guys in just a minute to another map, but oops, wrong color.
Wrong hat. Doesn't have sleep.
You have to use red.
Presto.
You have to use red for danger. Red is a there's this dark cavern that sort of leads off here. It's carved out of that same red marble from the tongue and the throat. All right, it's a new round. Anybody casting a spell?
Yes.
No.
yes.
All right. Initiative check, Peter. Beat a 13.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
19.
13. That's a 3. You need 10 more.
Yeah.
All right. The dragons are going to go first. let's see. The green dragon bites and claws, and then is trying to get down towards the wizards that are heading for the tunnel.
Because apparently they're tasty.
But unfortunately, Gerda and Hammy are in the way. Haidai takes the bite. Gerda or Hammy?
Well, Hammy's kind of behind Gerda.
Looks like. Wait. How does that work? Let me roll it again. 1 to 3. The low die is Hammy. High die is Gerda. It's Gerda.
Okay.
Did you say Hammy was behind Gerda?
Yeah, he's
okay. So clearly she's stepping forward into the gaping maw of the dragon. He hits AC 21.
Damn it! And I have a 20.
Take 4 points of damage. The claw tries to paw out at Hammy, but Gerda's standing bravely in the way. Is that what I heard?
Well, yeah, she's between them.
And hits AC 11. I think that's a miss against Gerda, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so she just took the 4 points, I believe. The black dragon rears back and breathes its own breath weapon on poor Horace and
Shields up.
Gerda.
Shields up.
Horace and
Garrett.
Sorry, the 2 G's got me goofed up.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Okay, so reflex save, DC 10 to try to jump out of the way.
Oh, good lord.
Blasting cone of bone shards comes flying from its mouth.
Dragon of Death. Okay. You said reflex?
I said reflex. DC 10 reflex, so make sure
Here
to add
goes
your
Horace.
penalties.
No. Here goes Garrett.
Oh.
Nope, they're both getting hit by it.
All right, you almost made it. Let's see. Who would you like to go first?
Let's go with the big armored Horace.
Horace takes 11.
Ouch.
And who's next?
Garrett.
Garrett takes 13.
Ow.
All right, players. I think a few of you are casting spells.
Mm-hmm.
Is healing count as casting a spell?
Yes, it does.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, Gerda's got to lay hands on herself.
That just sounds wrong.
Yeah,
So Ridian is going to try to cast sleep on the green dragon.
Okay.
Which, of course, is the one that's threatening him the most. And he will do 1 spell burn.
Okay, he comes pushing his way up. And remember, you have a +1 to your spell checks for the day's effects.
Oh, right, okay.
Pushing your way up the stairs a little bit.
Oh, shoot. All right, well, I didn't include that +1, so
Why
I guess
do
I
we
got
have a
16.
+1?
16, cool. What's that, Mike?
Nothing. Never mind.
Sleep, 16. Up to 2 targets within range fall asleep for D6 turns. Targets can be awakened, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so 2
Through normal
targets. What is your range?
2 targets, 2 dragons.
Range, 60 feet.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20 for the height. Yeah, they're both in range.
Yay.
And they both collapse into a normal slumber.
And I grow hairier.
And you grow even hairier.
Damn it, somebody has passed me the scissors.
Horace and Garrett immediately disengage and begin moving down the staircase.
Okay, I suggest we do a number of heals once we're down.
How long do they sleep for?
D6 turns.
But if we attack them,
5, please.
they'll wake up, right?
They wake up.
Yeah, so we don't want to try to kill them in their sleep because they'll wake up.
Right. Yeah, so it will be woken through normal means.
Right.
Yeah, so let's leave them alone.
That includes making noise, jostling them,
Mhm.
tripping over your armor, dropping.
So be very
Stop
quiet.
saying those things. It makes me nervous.
All right, so you guys descend further into the to the bottom level. The last step in this great spiral, in this great downward spiral, is apparently empty. A staircase goes downward, similar to those stairs that wound. A staircase goes downward, similar to those stairs that would go down a great staircase, but these pass instead through a rough stone wall headed west. Okay, so there's another stairwell that I've sort of marked out here on the map in red, that you can't see because I haven't revealed it.
But it's along that red.
Yeah, it's along that red.
All right. Well, I've got to cast some healing because we got some injured folk.
Right on this level
How long are
here.
the dragons sleeping for? I forgot, Noise. I'm sorry, I asked you this already. But how long are the dragons asleep for?
Oh, D6 turns.
A D6. Do you want to roll that D6 for me?
Sure. I didn't know if that was something that would
Oh,
be
no.
our knowledge or not.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, roll a 6.
Oh
Oh,
crap!
one turn.
Well, we better hurry up through
10
here.
minutes?
One turn is 6 rounds. That is.
I thought it was 10 minutes.
10
Nope.
minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're right. One turn. Sorry, a round is 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Turn is 10 minutes.
So we want to quickly and quietly move around the corner down into this cave.
Yeah, you want to go down the stairwell?
Yeah.
I think I'd do our best bet before we take a pause to heal ourselves and
Yeah.
stop for the evening because it's
Okay,
quarter
yeah.
after.
Yeah, so the
At
tunnel
least get
goes,
midway down the staircase and then start
yeah,
healing.
the tunnel goes down about 20 feet with rough stone steps. And then it leads out into a rough corridor, sort of as I've drawn on the map. You guys can go ahead and cast your healing, and then we'll wrap for the evening.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh,
fuck me.
disapproval.
Garrett is trying to heal Horace first. No, that's another Nick.
Who else?
Remember, we've got the mushrooms too if you want. If people are really bad off.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll give it one more go. Oh, jeez.
Well, it's actually a +3 because you have your level and
Yeah,
it's a
so you
+1
can-
to spellcasters today.
And
Oh, there's that.
and
Okay,
a
there we go.
check for the day. Yeah.
So that's a 12, so that should be 1 die back for Horace.
And no disapproval.
I thought we were on. Yep. Never mind.
Oh, well, that's fun. Okay.
I'm going to try and heal him.
Woo.
Good. So those are D6s for him, right?
Hit me as a D6.
Christ.
Okay. Well, Hammy's back.
Hammy's feeling recovered.
He
All
is.
right. Garrett's going to try this again for Horace.
Gerda.
Come on, Garrett. There's some healing. 17. That was 3 dice before on same.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, Horace. Points back. 16. There we go.
Gib,
We're back at full.
Are you damaged? Mike, do you need healing?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yes.
Garrett's going to try and heal himself.
Nils, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm smart enough to run.
Oh, thank goodness. 12, 13. Is that 1 or 2 dice for same?
2 dice for same.
Okay. And that's D8s for clerics.
Finally.
Oh, goodness.
So 18 would be 3 dice for same.
All right. 13 out of 22. That's crappy, but it's gonna do for now until we get to a point where I can stamina heal.
4, 12.
You can stamina heal now if you like, Ethan.
Okay. Garrett, we'll go ahead and
It
stamina
just
heal.
takes a round. It just takes. Oh, it takes a turn to do it. So
Right.
dragons would be waking up. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'll
You
wait,
guys are
wait
just like
until we're
quickly casting
down.
these spells and praying over
Exactly.
one another as
That's why they're not quite so successful right now.
descend down to these kind of rough cut stones.
Did you speak the words? I may not have gotten every syllable.
These stone stairs are not like the others. They're where the others were carefully carved and wrought, worked.
Mm-hmm.
These are like rough and almost natural in their nature, but it's still that weird red marble.
Yeah, an unnerving organic quality to the stone.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Kind of organic, this rock.
So we've just passed the stomach and we're going into the intestines now.
No, I think we went down the throat. We're just heading towards the stomach.
Okay. I thought the big round thing was the stomach.
No, I think that's the esophagus.
Okay. All right.
That's where.
So why did you, Aaron? Why did you put a bra on the black dragon?
Oh, those are 2 nets on the 2. I was trying to look for like a sleeping token to remind me.
Okay.
When we resume next week, but there's no sleeping token, so I just use a net token, a net marker.
Well, you could just erase them and not even worry about remembering anything. You've got a lot on your mind for next week.
Right. I mean, they're slumbering, and Christmas is coming, and
they should stay.
They're obviously on Krampus's naughty list, so they're not going to be, they're not going to be getting any presents or anything. So.
Right. Well, how about pros and cons for the night before we say adieu? Peter, let's start with you because I know it's latest for you, and I don't want to keep you up.
That I rolled my 20s at all the wrong times really was sort of the con there.
Bad situations.
Pros, I think we're getting a little smarter. I think we're working really well as a team each time. I like that.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Mike, how about for you?
Cons didn't quite get as far as I was hoping. I think things took a little bit longer than they should have. I thought, but other than that, everything that Peter was saying.
So pacing for you is a little too slow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I think that's because we spend a lot of time talking about options and things like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And we did spend a little bit of this time at the beginning of the session, sort of traveling, chasing the guys.
And more important, was healing while we were doing it.
I was kind of using that as a mechanic to sort of give you guys some time to recover before I threw you right into the next dungeon and to figure out how to solve your food problem and that kind of stuff.
Because Hammy was, I think, at a luck of 6 or 7.
Yeah. What's his luck right now, Hammy's?
He has come all the way up to a 12.
Okay. And he hasn't burnt any yet, right?
No, not this adventure.
How many days were we traveling?
You spent, hang on, let me get my calendar.
Just so I know how many to mark off.
I was really hoping to have a little vacation before our next
adventure. How many to knock off of what, Nils?
Rations.
Oh, don't worry about that. I would have, if you were present for a camping session, I would have told you to knock off your rations. So if you weren't present, then you didn't.
I was present for at least a couple of them.
Well, how many do you remember doing, like spell burn recovery and hit point recovery and that stuff?
Maybe 2. So would that be 2 days of rations?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds right.
So usually what I try to do is I need to have like a little, like at my DM screen, I need to add a few things like, what the camping procedure is,
Right.
Heal a hit point of damage, burn a point of rations, recover your disapproval, all that garbage.
Right. Okay.
Recover your luck, whatever. But I do try to go through all of those things when we do make camp.
Let's try to do spell burn.
How about for you, Nils, pros and cons for tonight?
I would say pros is not sliding down the acid chutes into the stomach. Cons is that I'm still not king.
Forever con.
Yeah. I need to find something to make myself a crown.
Right.
You do. You really do.
King Ridian.
If anything, to quiet him up.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see what I can
you
come
guys
up
can. You guys are gonna have to start calling him Your Highness. Lord Ridian.
I'll pay you guys.
You'll pay him to call him.
Just call me Your Highness. I'll pay you guys.
I'll call you Your Hiney.
How about for you, Ethan? Pros and cons for the night.
Let's see. My pros would be Horace just absolutely kicked butt today. With his crossbow shot and his 21 damage crit.
Oh, that was amazing.
My con would be another pro would be that I actually got to use Garrett today. And then cons, I don't know that I particularly had any cons. I was pretty happy with how it all went.
Yeah,
Not sick.
Yep.
That's also pro.
Yeah. So I liked seeing Garrett at the table too. I was very impressed with Horace. You know, as the warriors just keep going up in level, their deed die just makes them beasts, right? I mean, a plus D5 or something to your attack. And your damage. That's just crazy. And seeing Garrett back at the table, that was a lot of fun too. I was really impressed with. I was really impressed with your guys'. Just forget these dragons. We'll just run by them. We're not even gonna deal with them. And then Nils casting sleep. You know, way to kind of
spell continues to save our butts.
Yeah. Let's see. For me, con-wise, I don't know. I think it was a pretty good session. Maybe if I had my maps in a little bit better order. This is kind of a funny section with this, the circular stairway and the way the author wrote those sections. I think that would maybe be the con for me. But looking forward to next week's session, so you guys descend further into the depths of the
Maw of the dragon.
Yeah, the belly of the beast.
Quite literally, the puns are just never going to end.
Yeah, that's great. All right, guys.
All right.
It's good to hang out with you all. Thanks for joining. Looking forward to next week, and I'm going to be off next week, so maybe we'll get a chance to hang out a little bit outside the regular weekly game.
Yep. Okay, guys.